Okay, let's see. Is this working? I'm trying a new way of live streaming here, some new feature on YouTube. So let's see if this really works. Hey, Race Lover. All right, cool. This is working. I say this is a new way for me to stream, and they have some new functionality. I'm just trying this out for the first time, seeing if this is cool. So, hey, Ed Fern, you're always one of the first here, and Andrea and Spicy Go and Bridge Curly and guys are going quickly here. Living cruelty free Ray, Sebastian, and John and Jay Jones is Cosmic Madman, Michelle, Sebastian's giving me greetings from Russia. Wow. Star Secrets. Wow. Rockin' Mammy, Dennis, Miranda, Darlene. Hey Darlene. How the hell? Hey, how's it going there? Yeah, I'm sorry, I haven't really I've been really bad. I just did a Angie and I did last week on How to Health TV. We did a live video podcast, about an hour long interview with us, and we still need to share that on our social media. I apologize. It's been a really weird week or so for us, but we're going to share that and let everyone know all about that. So it's going out there for sure. Let's see. Cool. It looks like everything is working out here. My audio is cool. I can see everything. This new YouTube way of streaming here seems to be working out. So cool. Let's see what you guys are talking about. Let's see if there's anything I want to mention here. I should have already had thoughts ready for you guys as far as announcements. So I guess there's no announcements. The only thing I want to say, as far as us being out in public, we're all out in public all the time, but things that are planned where you can expect to see us if you're in the LA area at the end of this month. Eat, Drink Vegan at in Pasadena at the Rose Bowl. Like, it's like the Coachella of vegan festivals. Angie and I will be there most of the day, and we're not working it or anything. We're just going to go as regular people and just wander and eat and chill. So, yeah, come say hi to us for sure. If you see us at Eat, Drink Vegan, take a selfie. We'll hang out and talk and chill. So please come by, because it was hard at Veg Fest for us because we're at one place at a booth and we couldn't move around and everyone knew to find us there. But we'll be all spread out at Eat, Drink Vegan. So come along. Let's see. Hi from Chile. Right on, Connie. Right on, man. Worldwide here. Sweet. Roy wants to know, do I take any supplements besides B12? No, I mean, my almond milk is fortified also with B12 and vitamin D. Other than that, maybe some other snacks here and there might have some fortification, but no, nothing of the sort. No supplements. And as you see, I've been vegan over 7 years now, 7.5 years, and had pretty much perfect blood tests when I got my blood test done last October. So, yeah, everything was within range, nothing deficient. Let's see. Um, Awake Vegan wants to know, how long do I run and how often? Actually, right now, I'm probably in the worst running shape that I've been in ever since I started this channel. I mean, I'm not running that much right now. Maybe once, twice a week tops, usually like, 4-mile runs. Because I've been doing other stuff. I've been playing more basketball, and I've been religiously, consistently weight training twice a week. Been doing that since the end of January, doing my squats, doing my deadlifts. I got a new PR on my deadlift today. I got 200 pounds lifted up a few times. So everything's progressing on. Just got to be persistent and consistent. So anyway, favorite vegan running shoe. I was running my Ultras. I have Ultra Instincts. I also have some ones, but they're getting kind of old and beat up. But I run my Instincts pretty much all the time. And not sponsored, even though I got that Instinct pair, the Ultra Instinct pair, free from a representative 2 years ago to review for YouTube, and they haven't sent me anything since. So where can you get our cookbook? Great question, Mary. On happyhealthyvegan.org. Just go to our website, and Race Lever already just pasted the link down there for you. Happyhealthyvegan.org. And get the ebook, $12.99. Get it pretty much instant download. It takes about 5 minutes to download because it's got so many big color photos. So $12.99. It's been on sale since Christmas, and we just haven't raised the price since. And we have the printed book too. Let me get that sucker right here, the printed book. And if you make a little note when you buy it, Angie and or me, we'll sign it for you too. And that's a little bit more because, it's printed on paper and stuff like that. Cool, Jordan. Thanks for sharing. Thank you so much. So Dennis wants to know, how much sodium do I consume? I don't know. I don't really consume sodium. I mean, unless it's in some occasional processed food that we buy or get at a restaurant. No, we really don't put salt into our foods. But like I said, we will get some when we go outside the house. So where did we just go the other day? Got some tacos yesterday. This new taco place in God, where was it? Like Cyprus, the only vegan food in the area. And yeah, I'm sure there was salt in there. So I get it. So it's not like I'm afraid of it. I just, figure I'll get enough salt if I just limit it to what I eat out at restaurants. Can I recommend good multivitamin, Thomas? No, I don't take. I tell you, no vitamins whatsoever. I just the B12 spray. That is it. I mean, if anyone has a recommendation, sure. I'm not saying they're bad. I haven't really researched how effective they are or not, and maybe our we have some health professionals here that can weigh in. I know we have one or two watching. So, but yeah, if you have any recommendations for a vegan multivitamin, share away. Um, let's see. How often do I eat at restaurants, Catherine? Great question. Maybe like once. I mean, I define restaurants as like pop-ups and where it might be a food truck or something like that, or a pop-up where they just have a tent, like at a farmer's market. So like maybe once a week, nothing crazy. Sometimes it ends up being twice a week if things happen. Like this weekend, I'm going to take my mom out for a late Mother's Day. So we're going to go out to eat at a Buddhist temple. So all the food there is vegan. So yeah, I guess that'll be my one restaurant of the week. But I did have those tacos yesterday for lunch, so I guess I'll have two. Um, let's see. Hey, Byron. Hey, thanks for joining in, moderator Byron. And if you got to go to sleep or anything, I know it's late where you're at, so I tried to come on a little early for you, but still, Byron, I insist. Don't be all cracked out tomorrow because of me. Oh, the Buddhist temple, Darlene. It's in Hacienda Heights. It's called Shilai, spelled Hsilai. So don't go and stalk me there though. But I didn't say what day I was going, did I? Anyway, yeah. Anyway, let's see what else you guys talking about. Let's see, you guys are giving some recommendations there. Doing good, Stephanie. Oh, Kate from Australia. Good day to you too there. Um, let's see. The Steffi wants to ask, what do I think of open relationships? Why do you ask, Steffi? um, I've never really been in one before. Have I seen Isaac Butterfield's video? Yeah, it's so stupid. Like, oh, happy healthy vegan. Shows some photos of me from like 2013 and says, oh, we can't trust anything Ryan says because his voice is very relaxing and he uses all this science. And so we can't trust him. And they showed a photo that I with me and like Harley from like 2012 before we even started our channel. So everything I say is linked to him somehow. So that was his way of refuting me. I thought that was hilarious. Just didn't address anything I brought up. Oh, Silverbolt, 1985. Thank you for the $1 super chat tip there. Thanks so much. First of this chat. Thanks. Hanson Home Gym. No, I haven't heard and either of those people talk about hunting. No, sorry. Is it interesting? Should I look into that as a potential response video? Yeah, I did see think about this as response to Butterfield. I guess that's appropriate because he spent Butterfield spent the majority of his time on think about this rather than me. So it was good to see think about this raise all the points that I was thinking. Yeah, he's just Butterfield just making a straw man, taking him out of context and putting words and think about this his mouth that he never said. So and he does think about this is due. He needs an apology from Butterfield for sure. Gwen, new music. Yeah, hopefully tonight I'll have some more time to mix that final song, Spinning Circles, which is at the end of our videos. That's the last song to get mixed for our album. And it will be out sometime this year. Hopefully we'll get mastered next month. And then we'll from there start getting things worked out, get some music videos made and get the whole thing rolling. Let's see, favorite podcast. Rich Roll's pretty cool. Have you guys checked out the Rich Roll podcast? He's been a favorite for years before we even started our channel. In fact, he was an inspiration of sorts. For me to get on social media and make YouTube videos. I know he's more in podcasts, even though he does make videos. But yeah, Rich Roll's an inspiration. He's like close to my age. Had to has transformed his life quite a bit too. And then close second, of course, Eric, is Joe Rogan. Not. um, what made me vegan? Good question, Lavender. I've talked about this many times. It's what made me vegetarian for a while back in the God, what was it, late 80s or early 90s? I can't remember anymore. But I just thought it was, if we don't need to eat animals in order to live and not only just survive, but be healthy and thrive, if you could remove killing animals from that equation, what rational person wouldn't want to go down this path of not killing animals needlessly? Because, we're compassionate beings. We don't want to see animals suffering needlessly, and that's what it is. I mean, I should be dead if that were not true. If I needed to eat animal products in order to be alive and healthy and fit and everything, but I haven't had anything in 7.5 years now, and I'm doing better. I'm healthier, fitter, more energetic. In fact, I could jump higher now. I was testing my vertical leap out at the gym today, and I could jump higher now than I've been able to jump in probably the past like 12, 13 years or so. Now at age 50, I can jump higher now than I could at like age 39. So, back when I was not vegan. So, yeah, killing animals needless. That's what made me vegan. Once I realized all the other things, the health, environmental, it's just a slam dunk to continue on with basketball talk here. So yeah, that's what got me vegan. Wow, we got 150 people on right now. So if I don't see any of your comments, I'm going to let you know. I'm trying. I'm looking at the comment stream here. And if I miss something, don't think I'm ignoring you or a bad person or anything like that. I'm just a human. Just ask it again. And I apologize ahead of time now for not seeing all your comments. All right. But I am looking at them, but I only can answer one at a time, especially if I go into any detail on my answering. And, I'm going to miss quite a few. So, do you ever get Achilles injuries? No, I never have. Knock on wood. Never got an Achilles injury. I've got all sorts of weird little injuries, but never that one. Joint pain. What happens? Joint pain is like when you hit the weed too hard and it like hurts your fingers. What are you talking about? I know what you're talking about. No, no. I have no joint pain really. Like running, yeah. When you're done running, even if it's for a short time, like say I go and run like kind of slowly for like 40 minutes, you feel the pounding in your body the rest of the day. A kind of pounding you don't feel after playing basketball or after cycling, especially. So it just makes you a little more fatigued and you deal with it. One reason why I prefer not to run in the morning because I feel kind of cracked out the rest of the day. I'd rather cycle or even play basketball. Vegan Gains is coming to San Diego. What's he going to be doing in San Diego, Cam? And when is he going? Because I'll be in San Diego in about a month and a half or so for a few days. Let's see. Hey, Cooper Hyatt, back to you. Let's see. Good question. I saw about Stephanie's asking, do I suggest weighing myself or just go by how your clothes feel? Yeah, I don't really like to stand on the scale all that often, to be honest with you. Up until like a few weeks ago, I don't think I stood on the scale for like several months. I was just got on the scale to make sure, to see if my weight's the same now that I've been like weight training for a few months. And yeah, at the beginning of the year, I was like 183. And for the past couple of weeks, I weighed myself, I think this morning and like 2 weeks ago, and it's been consistently 185. When I went to the doctor a few weeks ago for a sprained toe, I was like 190 or 191, but I had all my clothes on, cell phone, wallets in my pockets. It was late in the day. I just had lunch, but I weigh myself in the morning. And yeah, weigh 185. But yeah, I don't really care about scales. I know some people are just really ultra, I don't know if paranoid is the word, but overly concerned probably is the best way to describe about their weight. It's and Angie's like that too. We really don't really weigh ourselves. How tall am I? 185 seems like a lot, Andrew. Yeah, it's actually not that much if you're 6'5" like I am. That's you know, for say a professional basketball athlete, 6'5", I would be on the low end, but I'm not a professional basketball athlete, obviously. Um, let's see. Wesley asks, why do I look so very different in Spherge's hate video, malnourished vegans? I have no idea. He probably picked a crappy photograph. I mean, malnourished. I mean, you could find anyone looking like crap, you know? Seriously. It's really easy to find a still frame of that guy looking like crap, right? Just pause him on any frame and he probably looks like crap. But but I'm not gonna make a video about that. Best place to wear your happy healthy vegan t-shirt. Huh. Vegan events are a great place, especially if at a vegan events, because often you'll have people come up. Hey, you'll have a little club. Hey, I mean, you're in a happy healthy vegan too, so that's what I would suggest. But anytime you want to show some vegan pride, because our channel name's so open. It's not necessarily you don't have to know who we are. Just it's a good positive vegan message. Oh, thank you, Eric. Eric Amundsen, thanks for the super chat tip. You're the second super chat tipper of the session here. So thanks so much. um, let's see. Yeah, Yvonne. Yeah, thanks for pointing this out. Ryan has very toned calves. You noticed that at Veg Fest, and I've put my calves out there against some very accomplished vegan bodybuilders. I don't want to mention their names to make them feel embarrassed because I've noticed this that these guys are very sensitive about stuff like that. I had no idea. I didn't know that was like something that weighs on their minds. They're kind of bummed that my calves were bigger than theirs, and these are guys that have been working out for years hardcore. They're very they compete and stuff like that. So yeah, it just shows you, yeah, like, oh, how come you don't have big muscles? Well, let's compare calves, bra. And also I'll compare quads. So I have pretty big quads. So anyway, not bragging, just saying. Um yeah, calves are hard to develop. Maybe that's why they're kind of bummed on that. They're kind of just a little jealous of my genetically gifted leg muscles. I'm weird. I have really big leg muscles, and my upper body is getting bigger. But from doing deadlifts and squats, it's really not the muscles you would use to get that beach body buff look. I'm just trying to get really strong for basketball and increase my vertical jump leaping abilities, which is happening. I can jump, I tell you, higher now than I have in like over a decade. It's all working. Favorite guitar player? Wow. I mean, of the classics, the old school, Jimmy Page, Jimi Hendrix, David Gilmour, just to name a few. Modern guys, I like John Mayer. I like Dole Bramhall II. Is a cool guy I'm just kind of meeting online. Henny Hendrix. Henny Hendrix. Look for him on YouTube. He's got all these videos on Norm's Rare Guitars website. He's a plant-based musician, and I want to collaborate with him. He's following us on Instagram. So yeah, he's cool. Check out his vids on YouTube on Norm's Rare Guitars page. Oh, Peter Green. Thank you, Mary. So yeah, Peter Green, Lindsey Buckingham, both excellent guitarists in their own right. Yeah, Peter Moore blues, obviously. But yeah, I can't even think of all the people that I love guitar wise who have influenced me. Robin Guthrie of the Cocteau Twins, Robert Smith of The Cure. I'm talking about non bluesy guys now, just to name a few. Just I can keep going. Am I going to celebrate 100K vegan chick? What is that? Vegan? What are you talking about? Like 200K? I used to be into Eddie Van Halen when I was younger, for sure, like junior high, high school. Yeah, I don't know if we'll have a celebration when we get our 200,000 subscriber, which will probably happen sometime later this year. It's cool, it's cool, but when it happens, I don't know. I'm not sure what is appropriate to do. Um, let's see, Stephanie, when will we restock the tanks? All right, you're talking about our purple, those purple ladies tank tops. Yeah, we got hit pretty hard at Veg Fest. We still have, I thought, most sizes. Maybe one size is out. Check our website. They should be in stock. But that being said, I reordered them on Monday, and I should have this reordered everything, the tie-dye shirts, the ladies tanks, and those are reordered. Those will be on our website next week, probably on Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when the order gets here. So yeah. Let's see. What else you guys talking about? Oh, no, we also ordered. I'm gonna let you guys know right now. Because of you guys, talking to you guys on the live chat, talking to people in real life, like at Veg Fest, I ordered some new Keep It Carb Baby t-shirts. Right now we had some muscle tanks, and those are pretty much all sold out except for size 2XL. But I ordered some t-shirts. So if you guys are into it, a lot of people have been asking for a long time. So I'll have those next week. Some Keep It Carb Baby, just by special request of you guys. Cool. I see a few people that are pleased with that. Awesome. So I'll let you know. I'll let you know when those are. I didn't order that many too. I was really wondering if you guys are really serious about them. I think I just got like a dozen or 15 or something like that. So it kind of limped in. If you guys are into it, I'll order some more. Do I prefer raw food or cooked food, Marina? Good question. Yeah, I saw that video I made about Doug Graham saying potatoes make you fat. My fruitarian friend Mark Tassi made a response video about this. I didn't watch it. I just saw the comments. People are picking on me saying Ryan was only raw for a couple months. He had to give in to his cooked starch addiction. And it's like, gee, I guess that's why I'm not a fruitarian, because I don't see it as an either or. I see all these whole food plants as the plants that the creator has given to us to eat as humans, as vegans. So if you exclude all like fruit or all cooked food in the as in the raw people do, I think you're missing out on some great food. I love it all. This morning, got back from the gym, had about 9 bananas, 6 strawberries, and in my smoothie, and I felt awesome. And for lunch, Angie made this bean guacamole dip thing. It was beautiful, you know. So I mean, why do people make this distinction between the two? You should eat all of it. You should eat the fruits. You should eat the cooked stuff too. You know, the rice, the beans, you know, all the legumes, potatoes. All those are good for you. And despite what the raw people are saying in Mark's comments, they don't make you fat. They don't create mucus and make you lazy and all this stuff, make you a loser. I don't know what they say, but I know what they say. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Whole food plants for the freaking win. Anyone tries to exclude some of these whole food plants for some weird philosophical reason, question them. See if they really know what they're talking about. If there's any science, or are they just repeating dogma, as I probably did for a few months back in the past. White Seed, thank you for the super chat tip. And I see you have a musical question. Any cool guitar pedals used on the New Love Spirals? Yeah, let me show you one right here. It's not hooked into my pedal board right now, so I can pick it up. This vintage Big Muff pedal here, Electro Harmonics Big Muff. They make, you know, modern ones, but this one is a vintage one. It has all the old hookups here. I researched when this was made. I thought it was like the late 70s or early 80s or something like that. Yeah, this I got used on a lot of the solos where I'm doing these. It's like, it doesn't sound all like a big much, just sustained glistening notes, like what you hear in, like, you know, Pink Floyd, stuff like that. He was still is a big user of Big Muff type pedals. So yeah, that's one right here. For bass sounds, I plug into this all the time. It's got some cat fur on it. Aguilar Tone Hammer. It's like a direct box. You know, it has the XLR out, so you go right into your mic preamp or mixer, or however you like to record. This gets your bass all nice and fat. So those are two pedals that I use quite a lot on the New Love Spirals album. That Big Muff, though, got used on maybe like around a third to half of the solos. So yeah, I love answering musical questions. And yeah, we'll do some musical playing here too, you know, guitar, get some singing, do some live streams. But yeah, then I wish I could show you the rest of my pedal board down there, but the camera is kind of mounted, but that's enough for today as far as that goes. So if you have any more musical questions, feel free to ask. Let's see. How often do I eat plant-based fat in comparison to carbs? Like I said, I really don't make a big distinction. I mean, I eat fat all the time, just about quantity. Like after my breakfast smoothie, which was all fruit, like I said, I grabbed a few pumpkin seeds. You know, you've seen me eat these on the show before. You know, I don't know how many, maybe a couple dozen little pepitas, little pumpkin seeds, had them. They're full of fat and protein, iron, stuff like that. And like I said, for lunch, Angie had like these big ripe avocados and made this beautiful dip with beans. And so, yeah, I really don't worry about that. I mean, I had a lot of avocados a day, and odds are I probably won't have any avocados for a few days now. So it all kind of balances out. So yeah, fats are cool. They should not dominate your diet unless you're trying to do some kind of vegan keto or something like that. But, you know, as I've said before, I think when you average it all out, I probably get about 15-ish% of my calories from fat, maybe 16, 17, something like that, you know. Um, but yeah, fats are fine. Just I would suggest not to have them dominate your diet. It's hard, really. How can you have a diet based on plant-based fat? You'd be eating like durian and avocado and nuts and seeds all day. That doesn't sound too appealing. Um, let's see what else you guys talking. And do I play the drums, Wesley? I can and do when I find a drum set sitting around somewhere, but yeah, it's too small in this room to own a drum set, and I've never owned a drum set. But yeah, I got the basics down. I wouldn't consider myself a great drummer or anything like that. Um, let's see, Janice. I think I've seen this question of yours about body hair loss. Have we had any experience any body hair loss? Lost body hair. You're asking the wrong person here because I really don't have that much in the way of body hair. I have this nice, you've seen my body when I'm out running in the videos, no body hair really. So, no, I can't say I personally have noticed any. I don't recall Angie ever having said anything about that. That's weird. As long as you're not losing hair up top here, I'm not a medical doctor, obviously, but I guess it's nothing to worry about. But I would, next time you go to the doctors, get your labs, your blood tests, make sure everything's in order, in case you have something going on. So yeah, I don't know. Check it out. Get checked out. Yeah, well, that's just good advice, I think, for any person, vegan or not. When you go to the doctors, get your blood tests. What's my opinion on vegan fats? Are fat vegans? I mean, vegans come in all shapes and sizes. Remember, guys, I wanted to make this painfully clear. It's kind of a myth that vegan is a diet in the sense it's like, like the zone diet, the blood type diet, or Atkins, or all these things that, say you're going to lose weight. And yeah, often when you do go vegan, especially over time, your weight gets to where it ought to be, but it's not a weight loss diet. If you want to lose weight, just there's quickly there's ways that'll do that, like you're not eating a lot of food. So I'm just saying veganism just covers the spectrum of body types, especially if you're not eating a lot of whole food plants. Those vegans I know tend to weigh a little bit more, so a lot of people don't even care about that. They're just in it for the animals and don't really not that concerned about being skinny or healthy or stuff like that, and that's fine with me. I mean, I feel sorry for them in the sense I wish they would be more interested in health, but hey, as long as you're not killing the animals, you know, awesome. Let's see. Are calories important? Yeah, make sure you're getting the right amount of calories, not under eating or grossly overeating or anything like that. That said, I don't count calories, and I never have. And I'm 6'5", 185 pounds, and pretty much been like this for quite a while. I was 183 pounds earlier in the year, but as before, I just stopped. I was doing more running and cycling back then. Last time I listened to gangster rap. It depends what you consider gangster rap. I was listening to The Chronic a few weeks ago. Um, let's see. White rice. I prefer brown rice. If you watch Dr. Greger's videos, he's kind of convinced me, nutritionfacts.org, that brown rice is preferable when all things are said and done. But I still have some white rice here, but I just don't really have it that often. But yeah, I don't think it's going to kill you or anything, in my non-medical doctor opinion. Explain tofu. We just don't really eat much tofu. Why? Because there's way better, tastier plant foods out there. A lot of people think when you go vegan, you got to eat tofu as a meat substitute. Like, no, you don't have to substitute anything for meat. And if you do, why not have something else like a Beyond Burger or like Fire Engine 2? Is that his brand, Poblano Bean Burger or something like that? You don't have to eat tofu. I mean, you maybe had to maybe 10, 20 years ago before, all these meat replacements are out there. But I'm going, just, don't eat meat replacements unless, you're at a barbecue with your friends or at a restaurant. But on your daily eating, there's really no need to really eat tofu or meat replacements. Just eat the foods that we have and keep it carb baby here. There's no meat replacements, just good tastiness here. Look at all that rice and beans and salsa and guacamole. That's what I'm talking about. You don't need to put a burger on it. Yeah, like Jiro Pons. If you love tofu, awesome. I'm not saying don't eat it, but I'm just saying a lot of people think when they become plant-based or vegan or vegetarian, they need to start eating tofu and maybe lots of tofu to make up for the meat they're eating. No, you don't have to. You can if you want, but you don't have to. And my preference is not to. But I get it at restaurants, tofu. Not often, but there's certain Chinese vegan restaurants that make a lot of fake meats, and they're typically made out of tofu. But we go there maybe once every 3 months, 4 months, something like that. Beyond Meat unhealthy? Well, compared to a real meat burger, it has zero cholesterol, less saturated fat, and no trans fat, anything like that. So on those levels, it's healthier. It's again, but it's still a burger. It's got a lot of protein and fat. I wouldn't want to eat that all the time. But yeah, I don't think they're going to kill you if that's what you're asking in the way that a meat burger could. But it won't harden your arteries. I don't think it'll give you diabetes or stroke or anything like that either, or the most common forms of cancer like meat can. Um, let's see. Um, Oh my God, they're coming so quickly. Oh my God, I have 209 people on. Again, I want to apologize. If I am not responding to your comment, it's not because I'm ignoring you or a bad or mean person. I'm trying my best. So just ask it again, is what I'm saying. Just be patient with me. I'm just a dude trying to read a lot of comments really quickly here, and I will inevitably miss a lot of them. I'll miss more than I actually get to, but I see you guys here. So I'm glad you love me. Flowers in her hair. Favorite foods. Wow. I don't really have favorite foods other than I will tell you right now, it's freaking cherry season, at least here in California. And that is my favorite fruit of all time. And last week at Farmer's Market, I plunked down $26 for some ripe, dank, organic cherries. And I almost ate all of them already. I was almost going to go back to farmer's market yesterday and get some more. So, yeah, I think maybe cherries. I love cherries, ripe, dank cherries. It's the red cherries. It's sweet, and yeah, I'm telling you, if you guys love cherries like a lot of you guys here do too, now's the time to hit it. You can't f around. You got to get on it now because the cherries are coming. They're about to reach peak ripeness in a few weeks, and by late June, they're gone. I mean, you still get some at the market, but they import them from like Oregon and Washington State. If you want to get the local cherries, at least if you live in an area that has local cherries, start hitting it and appreciate it because yeah, cherries are the bomb. Yeah, yeah, you guys know. You guys know. Angie, I'm not sure what she's doing. She was in her office. She was doing some editing, I think. She's got a vlog coming out. I think we'll put it out tonight or tomorrow. So just putting the final touches on that. We went to the Tour of California bike race here on Sunday. I think a 6 or 7 stage bike race, and stage one, they opened it up here in Long Beach. They circled around our city like 12 times, 12 circuits, and it was fun. And the coolest thing was on that circuit, on the bike path, on their route, one of our favorite vegan restaurants is right there, and you could sit outside and eat falafels as we were doing, falafels. We were just sitting outside eating fries and Middle Eastern food, watching the bike race go by. Awesome, beautiful sunny day, eating vegan food, watching that. Sweet. So that's what she's working on right now, and yeah, we'll get that either for you tonight or tomorrow. Do I believe apple cider vinegar can help with weight loss? I think there's better ways, more effective ways, I should say. I mean, before I would rely on apple cider vinegar, I'd make sure I was eating well, meaning whole food plants, higher in carb, lower in fat. And on top of that, and working with it, I should say, regular exercise. I'm not going to tell you what kind of exercise, but something that keeps you moving, for a while, at least 30, 60 minutes, and do that several times a week. Then maybe consider the apple cider vinegar. But you can't really top having a good, clean, whole food, plant-based diet and combining exercise with that and being regular and consistent with your exercise. So I think those are the most important things to do. Not to say I don't know anything about apple cider vinegar and weight loss, but I don't see how it could top diet and exercise. Air fryers. Yeah, we got an air fryer here, and I make I get frozen cut potato strips and make French fries quite often with the air fryer. I should venture more with it. I've heated up like a vegan burrito one time in it too, but I haven't done too much with it yet. Johnny K, great question. Do you find it sacrificing for my health that I'm eating vegan? Why do you ask that? Why do you ask that, Johnny K? Why would eating a whole food, plant-based diet and eliminating all that animal products, which is full of cholesterol, saturated fat, proteins that aren't particularly healthy for the body, heme iron, all these things that cause disease. How would I be sacrificing my health by eating whole food plants? And if you're kind of new to our show, I put my blood tests up. I get my blood tested roughly every 18 months. I've been doing so the entire time I've had our YouTube show here for like 5 years now, and they're always healthy. My latest test from October, perfect. Every single measure was in range. Everything's perfect. So there's no sacrificing on health, fitness, whatever sport I'm training in, I'm getting fitter in it all the time. So yeah, there's nothing sacrificed. And in fact, it's all better. If I look at my blood tests from like 20 years ago, they should be healthy, right? I'm younger and all that stuff. They're worse. My triglycerides were higher. My cholesterol is higher. My bad cholesterol is higher. The good cholesterol is lower. I mean, there's no comparison. I'm way healthier now. Yeah, Johnny, making it work right. And it's nothing like magical or difficult, I should say. It's just eating whole food plants, not really eating too much of the processed burgers and stuff unless we go out, just eating stuff like I'm talking about here in our book. Keep it carb, baby. Whole food plants, just simple stuff, peasant food, some people might call it. Cool. I'm glad I appreciate me answering your question there, J.M. Clinton. What's better, rice cooker or instant pot? Yeah, we have a pressure cooker rather than a rice cooker now. I like that because it cooks the rice about 3 times quicker, but a rice cooker tastes good too. I think that actually makes it better. But if you want to not wait like 50 minutes, a pressure cooker will be your friend there. That gets it done in about 20 minutes or so. Let's see. Do I ever feel discouraged? The world isn't more vegan regarding the plight of the animals. Yeah, 100. I feel that pain every day for sure. No doubt about it. I'm just reminded all the time. Well, Shyla, I've been seeing you ask this question for a while. Do I smoke weed? I have smoked weed before for sure. And as I said before, I'm pro weed legalization, pro marijuana cannabis legalization. I wish more people would use that as their preferred controlled substance rather than alcohol, rather than pharmaceuticals, opioid crisis, and all how the doctors just freely prescribe methamphetamine, speed, and stuff like that, Adderall to kids and adults. So yeah, I've had nothing bad happen to me as a result of smoking weed before. I didn't run around naked in the streets killing people and stuff like that. I was positive. I heard good music, had positive experiences. So yeah, yeah. Hope I answered your question there. Let's see. Miss Malibu says weed makes you so paranoid, can't do it. Yeah, I remember that when I was younger at first. And my tip, I can't believe I'm giving this tip here to you guys, but do in a relaxing situation. Maybe you're doing it out in public somewhere where you couldn't feel relaxed. If you're in your home or somewhere you feel really comfortable in, or you have control of things and not weird people just can't come up and interact with you and kind of give you this weird energy thing. Do it somewhere like I said, where you're really comfortable and trust everything or everyone, and I bet you will have a better time. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Your apartment number is 420. That's funny. Yeah, Johnny, our ebook and our print book, both on happyhealthyvegan.org. Just Google Happy Healthy Vegan. Our website will come up. Get the ebook, $12.99, print book, $25, and let us know if you would like Angie to sign it. I just became Joe Rogan there, huh? I feel kind of like Joe Rogan now after going on that pro weed dialogue there. But I have to be honest, keeping it real with you guys here. I've done different substances over the years. I know which ones are whack and bad and evil, and which ones are fine. And I can't lie. Let's see. Thanks for the pasting the link there, Byron and Race Lover. Thanks, guys. I can't believe I have both moderators on today. Thank you, guys. I just want to stop here a second and thank both you guys so much for all your help, keeping the comments flowing and clean, and getting rid of the people just here to be hateful, and attacking, and it just makes a much better experience for everyone. I think that's why a lot of people like like these live streams. Not because of me, it's because of you guys, our moderators, and the great people that are joining in and can feel safe from judgment and hate. And that's what our channel is all about, trying to keep things positive. No, thanks, guys. Yeah, thanks to the mods there, guys. Thank you. Let's see. What are you guys asking about here? Um, And I'm not disparaging psychiatric drugs. I'm talking about people who are abusing them, people who are taking stuff like Xanax who have no reason to take it other than they want to get the high off of them. Yeah, if you have a condition that warrants these things, all right, that's one thing. But I'm talking about like why are people like drinking alcohol? Why are people smoking weed? It's not for treating diagnosed mental conditions. It's for something else, and that's what I'm talking about there. Yeah, I'm not knocking them. I'm just saying, just like with your food, be aware of what you're putting in your bodies as far as all other substances go. Thank you, Flowers in her hair, for our third or fourth super chat tip of the day here. Thanks so much. We try to keep it positive. We try. We're regular human beings, as you know. And as you saw in our last video, hopefully you saw the one where Angie and I both sat down in this room and responded to that video that nameless, faceless dude put out about what would happen if everyone in the world went vegan suddenly. Angie was getting a bit triggered watching that. So yeah, you can see we have emotions, but we try to keep it positive. It's hard. You guys know, as vegans, it's really challenging sometimes, and you hear so much crap from people. When you see so many people who just don't care about, they're so self-centered that they don't realize that their actions have consequences not only for other humans but for animals and for the environment. They just don't see it. And they don't care, and it's frustrating as all hell because we see it. Oh, thank you so much there, Samantha, for our fifth super chat tip. Much appreciated there, guys. You thought that video was funny, Tara? Yeah, I thought it was funny. When I was filming it with Angie, it was I felt like, God, we were too aggro, but we went away, had dinner, and I came back and started editing. And I go, man, it was kind of funny. I go, this is actually a pretty funny video. So it's weird. When we're filming it, I was feeling kind of anxious and weird, but upon playback later on, I go, wow, this is some good work I think we did here. It's entertaining, it's funny, and we're addressing all the nonsense points that stupid video tried to say about vegans, that all these farm animals would be unleashed onto the world instantly, billions of them with nowhere to go. And that's just not reality. That would never freaking happen. What is my routine breakfast? I talked about that several times. I just came on, Anthony. Almost every day, having some kind of fruit smoothie, typically involving maybe 8, 9, 10 bananas if they're small, and some other fruits like strawberries or cherries. And but if I don't have that, I'll have oatmeal. I'll have oatmeal if I'm like need to get out quicker and I don't want to pee. So I'm driving somewhere because after the smoothies, yeah, you have a lot of liquid in you. Have you ever had anxiety or depression? Oh yeah, Robin. I experienced the full range of emotions for sure. And if your follow-up question is, does veganism help with that? I really can't say because I've never really experimented. I mean, I've seen research that says veganism can help because you're getting more serotonin from eating more plants. But then again, that's not a slam dunk. If you have some issues that you need to work out, things you're grieving about, I don't see how veganism is going to magically make those disappear. Maybe make it a little better. But yeah, I'm really not sure what to say about veganism and depression. I don't think veganism causes depression. Let me be really clear about that. But as far as it like helping, I really couldn't say. Okay, yeah, a lot of people think it does help. Yeah, share your experiences. For me, I really don't know. I'm kind of not sure. Maybe not. Oh, thank you, Alexi Holford. Thanks so much for appreciating our positivity amongst all the negativity and misinformation and frustration around us. And you guys know what it's like. As vegans, you see the same things that I'm seeing from the media, from people, from friends, from people you work with or go to school with. You know what it's like. From family. So yeah, it's that's all we can do instead of getting pissed off at everyone. Maybe you'll get pissed off, but let it go away and then try to remain positive. And that's how you're gonna get stuff accomplished. Let's see, what else you guys talking about here? Should you get blood work done after being vegan for 1.5 years? Yeah, you should have got it done before that, Chris. Let me just stop the discussion here. I recommend that everyone, as soon as they go vegan, if you're watching, if you're a new vegan, this is helpful. Get a blood test right away. Even if you've been doing it for a month or two, don't think that's too late. Try to get one done as early as you possibly can in your vegan lifestyle so that you have a baseline. You know where you're starting at. In 2 months ain't late. You're not going to get B12 deficient in 2 months. That takes years and years. So get a blood test now. So so when you do get a blood test after 5 years being vegan or whatever, and you might be low in something, you won't say, "Oh, it's veganism that caused it." You may have been low in whatever the nutrient or vitamin or whatever they're measuring for already when you started. So yes, get a blood test now as a baseline. So yes, definitely. I recommend everyone get a blood test as soon as you can as you go plant based and continue getting them every 18 to 24 months just to see what's going on. That's my recommendation. Again, not a medical doctor. I just think it's good, prudent, and wise to know objectively from your lab results how you're doing. All right, so let's see. Do you think that going vegan also leads to open your eyes going towards a zero waste type lifestyle? Yeah, it does make you realize how inefficient resources wise, food, water, land, raising all this grain and food that are fed to animals, and if we just could just use that food to feed humans, that's like one of the first steps. Once you see the inefficiencies and the consequent environmental destruction that comes from that. So yes, I hope it helps awaken people to be more aware of their environmental footprint. Hey, we're not perfect. I'm not perfect, but we try our best for sure. Um, Waka Flocka made a statement about discontinuing a plant-based diet. Unless it's something new, I made a video about that a couple months ago. Just Google it: Happy Healthy Vegan, Waka Flocka Vegan. You'll find our response there. But if there's any new information, please tell me. Tara V, I'm afraid to ask, what is urine therapy? Is it that thing that Tim Sheaf does? Um, okay. What else you guys asking there? Vegan gang. Did you watch that video I made responding to the Magic Pill documentary where I showed the Scott Pilgrim clip about bread makes you fat? Um, Unless you're slathering butter or fat nut stuff on bread, I don't. Why would bread make you fat? If you look at its macronutrient profile, bread is typically high in carbohydrate and low in fat. I mean, yeah, there's different ways to make bread. And when I'm talking about bread, I'm not talking about like Weber's bread or Wonder Bread or that stuff. I'm talking like a whole food bread. I eat the Ezekiel bread. Ezekiel low sodium is one of my favorites. If you Google the ingredients, it's about maybe 7 or 8 like whole food plant ingredients. So yeah, not all bread is equal. Just like not all cookies are equal, or not all cakes or all juices are equal, like processed food juices, ones with labels and stuff on them. So yeah, just get good high quality bread or whatever food you're talking about. And yeah, I don't see how bread can make you fat. I eat bread. Yeah, it's part of what we do here. I don't have it all the time, but I don't notice any difference. I actually don't see how bread could make you fat. It just sounds like the words of the low carb low carb committee, which fears any and all carbohydrate containing foods, whether they're whole food carbs, like as we saw in the Magic Pill. They equated that one lady journalist, I forgot her name, the one with like she's older and has like a black bob. She equated eating corn, maize, with eating processed refined sugar. She said you might as well eat a bowl of sugar if you're eating corn. So that if you're afraid of corn, yes, you will also be afraid of bread for the same exact reasons. And corn doesn't make you fat. I mean, that's silly. That's preposterous. I've never met a person who got obese who ate a lot of just mainly corn and other whole food high carb plants, or not a little obese, just overweight. Yeah, thanks, Byron. There's the link to the video I'm talking about. My response, my debunking of that silly documentary on YouTube, The Magic Pill, talking about how eating plants, agriculture is this horrible force of humankind creating all the disease. We only invented it 10,000 years ago. Before that, we were running through the open fields, living in caves, hunting animals, and living in this paradise. But as soon as we invented agriculture and started eating plants, our health went down. Like, no, our health started going down, like, once we started modern food production systems and processed food. People have been eating agriculture for 9,900 years fine. Anyway, um, you didn't like that movie, huh, Miss Malibu? um, yeah, they were putting lard on broccoli. I mean, they're taking this fine whole food plant, but I thought plants were bad. They seem to be afraid of all plants. Remember when they're flying over America, they showed all the farmland? There's America down there growing carbs, pumping out carbs as fast as they can. I mean, they're growing plants. You don't grow carbs, you grow plants. Anyway, what was I going to say there? Yeah, broccoli. They're putting lard on broccoli. Just eat broccoli. They're throwing away all the junk food out of these people's kitchens. Bravo. Awesome. So, of course, they're going to do better if they eat whole food. Let them just eat the broccoli and other plants. I'm sure they'll have great results compared to eating all that processed junk food. My least favorite vegetable, Matt. Um, huh. Having a hard time. How about you guys share your least favorite vegetables with me, and I'll tell you if that's one of them. But yeah, I can't think of any off the top of my head. Maybe okra is kind of tough, but Angie makes it really good in a soup. Beets are okay. Plantains, no, plantains are good, man. You gotta just let them ripen really, really far, almost to where they're looking like a really ripened banana, really black. Um, let's see. I like peas too. Eggplant I like too, especially if Angie makes a nice sauce for it. Jicama. I eat jicama rolls, but I'm not a big fan of jicama. It depends how it's all prepared, really. See, I guess if you eat it on its own, some of these foods are not that great. But once they're like, okay, I don't like ginger. I'll tell you, but is that really a vegetable? I'm not sure how you classify ginger, but yeah, I'm not a big fan of ginger. I'm not a fan of garlic, as you guys know. I don't like to smell like garlic for 3 days. Love avocados. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of bell peppers, especially the really unripe kind of the green ones. I can handle the red ones better. Yeah, not a big fan of green bell peppers. Let's see. Yeah, not a big fan of onions either, but I got some in my tacos yesterday and I'm cool with it. You know, let's see. All right, so yeah, you guys throw out some good ones there. Brussels sprouts. I'm not a big fan of Brussels sprouts, but when we put them in kitchery, which is one of the recipes, and keep it carb baby here, no soap kitchery. One of the options, see, it's Indian. It says Indian dish like mung beans, rice, and vegetables. One of the optional ingredients Angie has in the book here is Brussels sprouts, and they taste amazing in the kitchery. So yeah, Brussels sprouts probably need them on their own, but yeah, in the kitchery, thumbs up for sure. Um, all beans, lentils, and peas. Oh my God, I feel sorry for you, Mohawk. I love all those things. Um, What's that? Being vegan isn't cool? What are you talking about there? Are you joking around? It's not veganism isn't cool or not cool. That's not the reason why you should be vegan because it's cool or not cool. It's just it goes way beyond being cool. I mean, who said it was supposed to be cool? Um, Oh, how do you get the cookbook signed, Samantha? Easiest way is if you buy it directly from us, like at an event like a Veg Fest, but we're not doing anything like that for a while. So the next easiest way is to go to our website and yeah, when you check out, there's a little box you can type into and just ask. People do this all the time. We'll see it. Ask for Angie to sign it, or if you want us both to sign it, that's cool too. And there's a nice spot in the front here where we will sign it for you. So yeah, just order it and ask for a signature, and we will get it out to you. So good question. Eric wants to know. Thanks for the tip there too. I should say both to Eric and to Samantha for your super chat tips. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks. Eric wants to know who you got in the NBA Finals. You're a Timberwolves fan. Well, I really think on the West Coast, it's going to be Golden State Warriors, even though they don't have home court advantage, they in fact do because they took game one from the Rockets. Rockets played really well last night, but Warriors weren't shooting all that great. So we'll see. When they go to Oakland, it's going to be a whole different story. The Warriors shoot lights out there. And On the East Coast, well, LeBron is down 0-2. I know he doesn't have home court advantage, but I think it's going to looks like we'll see how it goes. I'm right now predicting Celtics versus Warriors. That's my guess, Eric. Uh, let's see. What else you guys talking about there? Celtics, baby. And too bad Kyrie Irving, the best vegan NBA player, he's still out, right? I thought he was out for the season. I haven't watched any of their playoff games yet. I've just been trying to watch the Warriors, basically. Yeah, I thought Kyrie was out with a what was it, an injury? It was something that related to an injury. Like he had to go get something done again or something like that. It was a necessary consequence of a past surgery. You don't think he's vegan anymore? What have you heard, Eric? That sucks. I thought he was enjoying all the vegan games. Yeah, knee scope, huh? Um, let's see. Blackbird, why are you a vegan? You are killing plants. They are alive. Are you serious? You're just joking, right, Blackbird? How? Let me ask you this, Blackbird. Answer me this. How is killing involved in this scenario? Ever go to like a fruit tree? Say you have an apple tree or a peach tree or what have you in your local neighborhood or maybe your own yard, and you go out there and you see a ripened apple that has fallen onto the ground. Well, that's what nature wants. It wants it to be eaten. You pick up the apple and say you eat it. Well, the tree continues to exist and produce more apples. Nothing has been killed. How is eating plants killing something? It makes no sense. Like say you mow your lawn. That's a plant, right? You mow your lawn. Is that killing the plant? It just grows back. You, in essence, just gave it a haircut. And that's what happens, like, say, when you go and chop some kale down off, like our kale and chard plant out in the yard, it grows back. We've had this continuous chard plant now for like 2 years. So what are you talking about? That's just a BS argument that just makes me laugh. It just makes me laugh how you can become a plant advocate when you don't give a crap about animals, but so many meat eaters like Joe Rogan are champions of plants' rights. It's silly. And Catherine makes a good point. Animals eat way more plants than humans do. The bulk of crops grown worldwide doesn't feed humans. That's why there's hunger and starvation, is because we're feeding so much food to animals. It's so inefficient. We just fed all the plants that we grow to humans. There'd be no starvation. So your argument sucked. Killing plants. I've never seen how to. You don't kill plants. It's a myth. Even like a plant that you seem like you're killing. Like say, ever grow a potato? And I know potato farmers, so I know how this works out. When you harvest a potato, the plant has died. You grow it. The plant gets brown. It's dried back. Same with like wheat and plant, like a potato. You just pull it out, and there's the potato down there. The plant has already died. It's reached the end of its life cycle. So and the potato, I guess you could say it's alive in the sense if you threw it back in the ground, it could produce a new potato plant. So anyway, I'm saying you don't have to kill plants in order to eat them. That's what I'm saying. You can't kill a plant. You don't have to kill a plant. How are you killing a plant when you eat a ripe fallen apple? When I pluck some kale out of the garden, it grows back. Nothing has been killed. It's silly. Anyway, my favorite vegan documentary. I like most of them. Like I guess my top two are Cowspiracy and What the Health. There's just so much information in both those movies. If you're into the environment, if that appeals to someone, show them Cowspiracy. If they're more concerned about health, show them What the Health. I think those filmmakers, Kip and Keegan, are doing a great job, and I want to see more docos like that from them. Yeah, it's totally ridiculous argument, Robert. Yeah. What do I think about vegan stoners? Yeah, fine, totally cool. What I think about Earthlings, can't watch it. I just, maybe you guys have stronger stomachs than I do. And I'm not disrespecting the movie or the filmmaker who I've met, sat on a panel with them at VegFest, SoCal VegFest last year. I just don't want to see cruelty to animals. I know it exists. So if the movie serves to raise the awareness of animal cruelty and non-vegans, awesome. That's the point, because I'm already not participating in that industry of animal cruelty and death. So yeah, I can't watch it, and just screw with my head and make me more bummed. So cool, good question though. Yeah, I think there's a place for it. It's just not nothing I need to like watch on a continual repeat basis or anything like that. In fact, I probably watched the first 3 to 5 minutes and said, "All right, I got it. I know what this is about. I understand, and I don't need to like see animals get killed." Um, let's see. Let's see. What you guys talking about here? Yeah, you're right, Robert. You only really need one video. You only need to see stuff like that one time to understand what's going on with animals, torture and death, and for in the animal meat business. You don't need to see it over and over. You just need to see it one time. You get it, and you're vegan. You know, I mean, I think it's a very powerful too. It wakes a lot of people up. I've heard so many people say they went vegan after seeing some animal cruelty footage or Earthlings, and it served its purpose to wake people up because it's so quarantined, it's isolated. We have no idea what goes on in slaughterhouses. It's illegal. That's how effed up it is. They know it. They know it's so effed up and so horrific, so barbaric and gross that it's illegal to film anything or to take photographs in slaughterhouses. You can go to jail for that. Why? Why is it illegal to show the workings of a business? It's not like they're doing something secret, like, a high tech company trying to protect their intellectual property. They don't want the other tech companies to steal their secrets or whatever. It's no secret. Animals are getting killed. Why is it illegal to show images of that? Because they know it's wrong, and they know people will go vegan, stop eating animals after seeing footage like that. So anyway. Stephanie, if I order your cookbook, will it be able to ship to Canada? Yeah, for sure. We ship to pretty much every country, especially every English-speaking country on the planet, and most countries in Europe. So yeah, full on. We ship to Canada all the time. It's a little expensive, so you might want to add get a T-shirt or something to make it more to kind of like average out the shipping costs. I'm saying it's like kind of a big hit to get one thing, but if you get more stuff, the shipping cost doesn't really change much, if any. Am I more of an early bird or night owl, Luke? Way more of a night owl. I like to go to bed like 1:30, probably asleep by 2, a little bit before 2, and wake up like 10-ish most days, something like that. Get my 8 hours like that. Sometimes I sleep longer if I'm really tired, if I'm really fatigued, I need to recover from exercise or what have you. Sometimes I get up a little earlier. It depends what our schedule is, but definitely I'm not a morning person. Never have. I hated school. I was so excited to finally get to college. Instead of starting school at 8 like in high school, I'll start at 9:30. And I go, well, this is too early still. I still started at 10, 11, 12. And that's when I found my stride. I could be the full-on night owl that I really truly am. What do I think? Asked Tommy about eating lots of fruit and high carb before bed. Yeah, I totally do. Yeah, like last few nights, just pounding the cherries down. Yeah, I told you that $26 cherry purchase I did at Farmer's Market Sunday. Yeah, smashing the cherries down. Yeah, I'll have cereal, put some blueberries and raisins in it too. Yeah, yeah, no problem. Um, and I'd probably do it maybe like an hour before going to bed, as opposed to like 5 minutes before or 3 hours before, some in that ballpark, an hour-ish before going to bed. I'll have a little snack like that. I try not to make it I don't make it giant or anything like that, a giant snack. Just something, just something chill, something fun. Can't find good cherries anywhere. Well, depends where you live, Emma. But yeah, out here in SoCal, it's cherry season. It's just getting started now. So look around. I haven't been able to find good cherries until last week. So it's just starting to hit right now. Hey, Tracy from Tucson. Good evening to you. Let's see. Yeah, bananas before bed. Yeah, serotonin, tryptophan should help you sleep. Let's see. What else you guys talking about? Um, if you have to supplement B12 on a vegan diet, how is it possibly natural or healthy? You don't have to supplement on a B12 diet. You absolutely don't have to. I mean, I only started supplementing only because I thought it would be a good example for our viewers to follow. But when I started supplementing, my B12 levels are already like 400 to 500 in that range, far from being close to 200. So I did it just for to be a good example. There's nothing new. You don't have to supplement. And let me pose this question back to you, Mr. Anti-Vegan, or at least person questioning vegan. All those the multi-billion dollar vitamin and supplement industry, do you think that was created for vegans who are not getting their nutrients? No, it's created for you guys, you meat eaters whose diets are low and so much stuff. They had to create this industry for you guys. So don't pin it on vegans. That's silly. In fact, Mr. Anti-Vegan here, let me pose this to you. Did you know that 98% of Americans are deficient in potassium, deficient in fiber? So there's more proof that your guys' diet is lacking. So yeah, if here's the thing, if you have to take a B12 supplement, what's the big whoop? It doesn't mean the diet's invalid. Most B12 supplements, believe it or not, are not sold to vegans. They're sold to meat eaters. About 40% of Americans are either low or near low in B12, but only like 3% of Americans are vegan. Not to say all those vegans are low in B12, because I'm not. Mine's like high in the highest like 5% for Americans as far as B12 levels go. So that's just a BS argument. And who's to say natural is better? What do you mean by natural? What's natural? Is it natural to go to a store and buy meat that's been sliced up in a slaughterhouse, packaged by a butcher and wrapped in plastic? What's natural about that? I mean, it's just a nonsense argument, this naturalistic fallacy. Is it natural to communicate over the internet with me right now? It's like people have this fantasy, oh, if something is natural, it's good. I mean, what it's called the naturalistic fallacy. Anyway, have I seen the new videos about Just and their factory made meats? No, I will look for that. What DAW do I use for music production? That stands for Digital Audio Workstation. And I'm still using the now obsoleted Logic 9 on a Mac. As soon as I finish our Love Spirals album, which will be happening really, really soon, as soon as the album is done and mastered, which I hope is next month, I'm going to upgrade. I'm like 2 versions of OS 10 behind, so I can run Logic 9 still. I'll upgrade to the latest one and finally get Logic 10. So I just wanted to finish this album out on Logic 9 and then move on. I used to use Pro Tools before that. I quit using Pro Tools around 2005, 2007. I'm sure it's totally different now. I use Logic 9 too. Yeah, it's awesome. It gets the job done, but the writing's on the wall. The latest versions of Mac OS don't support Logic anymore. Logic 9, that is. So I need to move on. But yeah, Logic 9 is great. But I want to see what kind of new goodies are in Logic 10. I just hope it's stable. Reaper, yeah, I'd like to check out Reaper, but I don't think I have the brain power and time to learn a whole new piece of software now. I know going from Logic 9 to 10, even though it's the same thing, Logic, it's still things are gonna be different. I'm gonna have enough trouble, I guess, like, hey, where'd they move this to, kind of thing, So anyway, have I tried CBD oil? Yeah, I had it one night in a brownie at a vegan event, and it just made me really mellow. I just wanted to go home. It's the night we saw Waka Flocka. Actually, Angie saw Waka Flocka. I just didn't want to go in and see him. I just stayed outside and texted people and chilled out and stuff. Let's see. You make hip hop beats. Let's see. FL Studio 12. Wait, FL Studio 12. What is FL? What is FL Studio? Let's see. What is CBD oil? It's one of the it's an extract from cannabis plants. It's the non-psychoactive cannabinoid in cannabis, and yeah, it doesn't get you high, and it just helps with the chill and the pain. But yeah, I've done it a few times. It's all right. I guess I didn't really need it that night. Um, have I watched the documentary Hope, Gavin? No. What is that exactly? Let's see what else you guys talking. Wow, the Texas Rangers have an all vegan food stand? Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. Wow, I wouldn't have expected that in Texas. Awesome. Wow, I've heard good stuff about Texas. Our friends from Nadamu say, yeah, they're from Austin. They talk about some great restaurant in Dallas that they like to go to. Okay, FL Studio is a VST. Is it a VST plugin or is it a whole DAW platform? I don't really make much in the way of hip hop beats though. Typically, if you hear the drums I use, they kind of sound like real drums. And often, if I don't do that, if I'm not programming out like real sounding drums, I'll find some cool loop with a lot of groove, a lot of vibe, and use that. I used to do a lot more work in drum programming for our music, but I've kind of I get bored with that actually. I try to put more time in the overall production, especially, the textures, the sounds. Let's see. Anyway, I have Superior Drummer actually. That's one of the drum plugins I use. Just their basic Superior Drummer. I think it's the Avatar Studio kit or something like that. Um, and I use the drums in Reason. I kind of wire that into Logic sometimes. Logic has its own drum programs in there too. So yeah, I got a lot of drums available. And Logic has a boat ton. At least Logic 9 does. I don't know how it comes to 10. It's just a huge sample library too of if you need loops and stuff like that. Let's see. You can get diseases from plants too. Well, you probably can. Can you tell me what these diseases are? Because I can tell you what diseases you can get from eating meat. Tell me what diseases you can get from plants. I'm not denying that proposition, but I would just like to see some specificity rather than just throwing out this general idea with no actual examples. So please share. We will listen for this, for your great examples there. What inspired me to be a musician? Um, Great question. There's nothing. It's just what I do, guys. It's just what I do. I've been, I got a guitar. See that red guitar up on the wall here? I got that guitar when I was like in first grade or something like that, and that's why I hung it on the wall just to give it. It was just kind of in the garage, like not dignified in any way. So I've just always been inclined to make music. It's just kind of who I am. It's hard to go beyond that. Just even if no one's listening, I'm still gonna play guitar. I'm still gonna record songs and release them out there. Just I make music and that I like, and if I'll put it out there into the world, if anyone else can enjoy it too, awesome. Let's see. Um, Oh, sorry, Chris, to hear you don't have much vegan support in Rhode Island, but hopefully you can find restaurants out there. Look on Happy Cow, ones that are Happy Cow, the website or the app. Look for restaurants that are at least vegan friendly. You should be able to find something, I hope. But yeah, I know it's not like having a real vegan restaurant. Hey, 619, good, glad you could join. And no, I haven't been following that meme thing. I don't want to get sucked into that. I know it's what it is basically. Um, let's see. Do I have a favorite bean or legume? No, I like so many. I like the basic ones that you get here, like black beans and kidney beans, pinto beans, but I also like the more ethnic ones like lentils and mung beans and split peas and stuff like that. So yeah, I haven't really met a legume I don't like. Even like black eyed peas. I used to hate them when I was a kid. My mom would force me to eat them. A lot of my family's from like Arkansas. It's like a tradition there to eat them on New Year's Eve, and I hated them then, but I love them now. In fact, I'll sometimes, if I remember, go out and get some black eyed peas for New Year's. It's like a good luck thing or something like that. Yeah, chickpeas, awesome. Um, yeah, I've tried dragon fruit a few times. Yeah, it's cool. I don't really crave it or anything like that, but if it's around, I'll have a bite or two for sure. Does a vegan diet reverse fibrosis? I'm not a medical doctor. If anyone here with more medical knowledge than I do can answer that one, feel free to answer that in the comments. Do I have advice for resisting cravings? Great question, Lillian. I need to know what cravings exactly. Is it for non vegan stuff or what? Please let me know what you're talking about. Let's see. Um, Where'd our little troll go? I thought we had a little troll here. Like, what's the disease? Um, Blights. What is blights and what plants cause you to get blights? I can tell you right now that eating meat, you're at a much higher risk for cardiovascular disease, which is the number one cause of death in the United States. About 1 out of 5 people die from cardiovascular disease. And then number 2 and 3, from there we got stroke, we got the most common forms of cancer. You have a much higher risk of having getting and dying from these diseases than if you're eating a plant-based diet. So blights, how many people, if plants even cause blights, I don't even know, but how many people a year? Is it like in the top 10, top 15 causes of death? No. Is it even in the top 100? Do you die from it? So if you're worried about getting some obscure disease, which doesn't really kill that many people, why aren't you concerned about the number one cause of death? 1 out of 5 people, you might be one included, hope not, will die from heart disease. Why doesn't that affect you? But you might get blights from eating a potato or something like that. I don't understand. Your logic makes no sense. You're just doing what vegan haters do. They just try to like throw crap on a wall and see what sticks. I'm just letting you know that line of reasoning does not stick. All right. It's yeah, what is blights anyway? And how many people die from blights? Yeah, heart disease, not only the number one killer of men, number one killer of women too. It's not just a man's disease anymore. 1 out of 5 people, guys. That alone, 1 out of 5 people will die from heart disease. That alone should make people go vegan, because I'm sure the stats are 1 out of 5 vegans aren't dying from heart disease. Not to say it makes you immune to heart disease, but considering there's no cholesterol, you're gonna have better odds than that 1 in 5 for sure. So blight. Oh, we're talking about like plant blight. Well, that's not a disease humans get. That's an infection or disease for plants. So please, Mr. Anti-vegan, tell us what disease you'll get from eating plants. What disease is directly linked to eating plants? I told you, like heart disease, stroke, diabetes, prostate cancer, breast cancer are directly related to eating animal products. And if you don't believe me, go check out the World Health Organization. Processed meats are class 2A carcinogen, and no, class 1 carcinogen, and just red meat in general is a class 2A carcinogen, a probable carcinogen. So what plants will make you sick or kill you like that? I'm still waiting did I miss this guy's reply? If so, maybe you guys can remind me or tell me what he said. um let's see. Okay, we're talking about blight, but he said disease for humans. You can't compare potato blight or a tree blight with heart disease. It's apples and oranges. You have to compare like with like. So yeah, so there might be plant blight. So what? I mean, plant blight could affect animals, because animals eat plants too. So um, let's see. Anti-nutrients? Oh, are we talking about like lectins or stuff like that? Dr. Gregor's talked about this. This is bull crap. There's no such thing as an anti-nutrient. There's just people who are just saying that to make you afraid of eating plants. I mean, come on, really. Um, what else you guys talking about? Nut butter. There's all sorts of nut butters I've tried. I actually kind of like just plain simple peanut butter. I like ones that don't put any oil, any extra salt or anything like that. And strangely, the Laura Scudder's brand I found across the street at this little market here, I read the side, it just has peanuts. That's it. Maybe they added some salt, but there's definitely no oil in it. So I just got that and just have that in the cupboard now. Just as simple as, it's almost like whole food, just a couple simple ingredients, no added nonsense, no oil, no weird chemicals. Um, okay, Blackbird, bacteria in what that makes who sick? What plant makes people sick? Like, does it kill you or what? Like sick, like what? Like you vomit? That's not a disease. That's just a reaction. So anyway, we'll let him get back to us on that. Christian, I have no idea what that is. Again, not a medical doctor. Um, let's see. Teddy brand, just peanuts and some salt. Cool. That's what I'm talking about. If you have a nut, just get something simple like that. Was I always vegan? No, I've only been vegan for 7 years. I wish I discovered it earlier, but better late than never, right? Let's see. Yeah, Emma, thanks for pointing out I'm not a fruitarian or a raw vegan. I I pretty much, love and recommend all whole food plants. I recommend a whole food plant-based diet, including raw foods, including, non-raw. It's good. Um, so what are we looking up here? Do I like fermented foods? I don't like them for their claimed health benefits. I just eat fermented foods from time to time because they're good. Sometimes I'll get some vegan kimchi. Angie has made sauerkraut a few times. Yeah, they're cool, but they're not like a staple of our diet. But yeah, they're definitely cool. Yeah, Emma, so why is this dude hating on us, huh? Hey, Stephanie, you're from Austin, Texas. Austin, we totally want to visit Austin sometime. I've been wanting to visit Austin since like, 10, 15 years ago, probably. Let's see. What else you guys talking about? Where we get vegan shoes. I have a few. Like my running shoes are vegan. They're from a brand called Ultra. I also have just shoes that I wear when I'm not running. There's two main brands that I wear. One is called Sanuk, Sanuk, which means I think happiness in Thai. And not all their shoes are vegan. Most are. They're like flat bottom. In fact, they've made like, sandals or thongs, whatever they're called at first, and they still make them, but then now they make a covered shoe. It looks like a Van slip-on kind of. So I get their vegan ones and also wear as nature intended, ANI, as nature intended. And go there, I'll make a little plug. We have a little deal with them and Mercy for Animals. If you use our code Happy Vegan at anibrand.com, ANI, the money doesn't go to us. They give $5 to Mercy for Animals. So this is a partnership I really enjoy promoting here. People get some vegan shoes. Mercy for Animals gets gets $5 every time. So yeah, yeah, there you go. Those are pretty much my main vegan shoes: Sanuk and As Nature Intended. Um, yeah, I'm not into garlic and onion just because not that they themselves are stinky, but they make my onions make my mouth really stinky. You can smell it a mile away, and garlic continues to exude out of my sweat pores for a couple days at least. So yeah, I just don't like the smell that it creates on my body. So that's it. Yeah, I mean, if you don't mind it, cool. That's my personal opinion. And if you're into garlic and onions, cool. I'm not gonna bag on you or anything like that. I think some Nikes are vegan, if I'm right. I did some research on this before. I mean, they don't use leather anymore. It's not like the 80s or anything like that. As long as the glues are vegan, and like all the fabrics are like like some kind of processed petrochemical thing or something like that. Do some research on it though. Yeah, don't take my word. There's some articles out there. But yeah, I wish it would be great if Nike and other big shoe companies like that just would come out and just label, yeah, this shoe's vegan, because a lot of us want to know, right? And it would boost sales in those sneakers. So anyway, um, let's see, what are you guys talking about here? Is that green space dude still here? Um, I can't find his comments. I see other of you guys talking to him. Um, okay, so Sarah Lotus says you're high carb, low fat, and your personal trainer who's probably low carb bias. I see these guys at my gym all the time telling me that I need to up my fat to gain muscle. What are your thoughts on this? Um, um, do we have any other lifters here? Because I've been putting muscle on. I'm not, again, the way I'm training at the gym right now, I'm not trying to get swole. I'm not trying to get big beach muscles. I'm doing squats and deadlifts. And I started overhead presses a few weeks ago just to get some more strength up here for when I'm, doing shit like that in basketball. But anyway, I'm putting on muscle, I'm getting gains, and I'm not upping my fat intake whatsoever. I'm just eating the same thing. The most important thing, I think, in my experience, and I've heard others lifters say, that's not to say I'm a lifter, is make sure you're eating plenty of food. If you're under eating, your body doesn't have as much energy to devote to the recovery of muscle building. But I've never heard anyone say you have to have more fat to gain muscle. I mean, I know Mike Vlacity. Have you seen his channel? He's a fruitarian, so he's by definition only getting about maybe at most 10% of his calories from fat. And he's a little guy. I think he's like maybe 5'8" or something like that. And I thought he deadlifts 400 pounds or something like that. Or was it five? I think it was 400. So I'm just saying, there's a great example there. He's building strength and has been building strength the whole time I've known him, for like 5 years now, on a low fat diet. So I would ask your trainer if he or she has any concrete examples, some studies, something to back up that claim, because there's plenty of anecdotal evidence showing otherwise. How much protein do I eat per day? I don't count it, Tommy. I mean, like I said, I'm probably getting maybe 70% of my calories from carbs, something like that, and the rest, divided up between fat and protein. So, anyway, what else you guys asking about? Top musical influences, favorite bands. I got so much stuff here. I mean, I got all these records. I have CDs everywhere, a big digital music collection. Um, I mean, it just depends what I'm listening to at the time. And strangely, I've been listening to a lot of Fleetwood Mac lately. I mean, their entire career, basically, from the early days with Peter Green to when they found Lindsey Buckingham and Stevie Nicks. And I've been listening to Tusk. I've had that album for years, and never really listened to more than like my 4 or 5 favorite songs off there. So I've been listening to the whole thing, found a few gems off of that. But yeah, that's what I'm into right now. But like big influences on my music have probably been, yeah, Fleetwood Mac, um, Pink Floyd, Cocteau Twins, and some of the more melodic, softer side of like Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix, John Mayer. Doyle Bramhall II is a very underrated guitar player from Austin. If you're from Austin, you might know him. He's from Archangels fame. Let's see. Gosh, that's coming to my head right now. Yeah, jazz. Can't forget jazz stuff too. I'm a huge fan of Miles Davis, John Coltrane. Just two that come to the top of my head right now. Chet Baker, beautiful voice, beautiful trumpet playing. Um, so yeah, there's some right there for you. Do I like any rap, hip hop? Angie is our trap fan here, our trap artist, appreciator here. Yeah, she's all into like Weekend, and I don't think she's into him as much anymore. I think she's all excited about the new Post Malone album right now, which not my cup of tea. Um, let's see what else she into. She's in this band. You guys got to check them out. They're called Chase Atlantic. It's like her favorite band right now. These young guys, like around 20 years old, from Australia. They're getting momentum. She caught them in the really early, like when they first came to America. I've been watching them grow. So check them out. Chase Atlantic. They're kind of like um, a boy band meets like the Weekend and trap and stuff like that. So check that out. It's really interesting. Um, Huncho Jack, I remember listening to that in January. That was kind of a fun trip, checking out the Huncho Jack album. That was kind of a weird little couple of weeks we had there, digging that record. But yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Yeah, Grateful Dead's huge. I see Slipknot mentioned there, one of my favorite Dead songs of all time. We're gonna go see them. We're gonna see Dead and Company in San Diego in July. That's why we're going to July. Anyway, that's kind of what's been on our radar right here. Now, I've never been a big fan of the Boss, Cam. Um, let's see. Have I done fasting? Now, any longtime view of our show, our live streams know that I'm not a fan of fasting. Yeah, Jefferson Airplane. I love the airplane. Um, no, I'm not a fan of fasting. I don't understand the need to fast. I can see if you have a serious health condition that warrants it, go to somewhere like True North in California, where you're supervised by doctors, getting labs done daily to make sure you're healthy. Um, do that. But other than that, I'm not sure what the need is. Like, what would it do for me? Would it make me jump higher in basketball, run faster? Um, get stronger. I mean, I'm doing all these things already on my own. So that I'm not sure if you're sick, check it out. But other than that, I'm not sure I understand the appeal. Um, so we're talking about let's see. Um, if we never ate animals, they would be overpopulation. Congratulations, Blackbird. You just debunked veganism there. So you're saying this is great. This is the video we just released. So you're saying if everyone went vegan overnight, we'd release all these animals onto the world and there'd be animal overpopulation. Is that what you're saying, Blackbird? Is that what you're saying? Say yes or no. I just want to make sure I understand you clearly. Is that what you're saying? We'll wait for Blackbird to respond here. If we never ate animals, they would be overpopulation. So he thinks everyone's going to go vegan overnight, or over a week or something like that, really quickly. Really, it's a time focused thing, focused amount of time. It's not going to take 10 or 20 years. It's going to take 10 days, and we'll have a billion animals to set free. Is that what you're talking about there, Blackbird? Yeah, I'm saying, is that what you're saying? Everyone's going to go vegan overnight. Is that what you're saying, Blackbird? We just debunked that. We just did a video. Check out our most recent video on our channel responding to this video. If everyone went vegan, what would happen to the world? And one of the dumb, bogus arguments this unresearched presenter said is there'd be this animal overpopulation thing. It wouldn't happen like that. We would love everyone to go vegan really soon, really quickly, but the reality is no one does everything at the same time. Why would everyone go vegan at the same time? Like Angie said, would there be some kind of vegan rapture? The creator would come down and we'd all go vegan, or maybe space aliens would come down and make us all go vegan. There's no way everyone would do the same thing at the same time. There's no way even like half the population or a quarter of the population would do the same thing at the same time. That's not reality. Reality is this. Listen up, young Blackbird. The reality is people are transitioning to veganism. It was 3% of Americans. Now it's 4 or 5%. The number keeps growing and growing and growing. It's a gradual transition. And as the demand for animal products decreases, they breed fewer and fewer into existence. They will go down. The number of animals will go down with demand. It's not like they're going to, if people are not demanding animals, they're not going to keep breeding more. It's a silly argument. It's probably the worst argument I've ever heard trying to debunk veganism. So I don't want to like make you feel bad or anything like that. I'm just really sensitive to that argument because I just heard it. Why would it be overpopulated? There would be fewer animals bred for food. Do you understand that point, Blackbird? There would be. Why would they keep raising billions of animals every year for food? They don't raise animals out of the joy of their hearts because they love animals. They breed them because they kill them and sell them for money. And if they're not making money, they're not going to keep this expensive process of breeding billions of animals every year. So that's the point you don't understand. There would be no overpopulation. They'd keep breeding fewer and fewer and fewer until there were none being bred because everyone would be vegan. That's the dream, but it's not going to happen overnight. It will just not happen like that. So anyway, let's stop feeding this horrible argument here. Let's see. Omega-3s, T-Bird Telecaster, flax seeds, nuts and seeds are your friends there, bro. Seriously, nuts and seeds. You don't need to eat polluted, mercury-filled, toxic fish in order to get omega-3s. Flax seeds and other nuts and seeds have everything. Cool, Blackbird. I'm glad you say it's a good point. I'm not trying to make fun of you. I'm just a little irritated by that argument because we just released a video yesterday about this very topic, and it's really painful to hear that line of reasoning because I can't think of any scenario. I'm trying to be really creative and imaginative. What scenario would make everyone, or at least half the planet, go vegan overnight or over a week? Really, suddenly. There's no way that would ever happen. It's a gradual process, and we're all chipping away here as vegans, trying to get more people to go vegan. Let's see. Is my family vegan? No. I wish. I can't convince any of them. I mean, they're interested, but they're not vegan. Let's see. How long did it take me to feel the health benefits of veganism? I really don't know because I've been doing it for so long. I really couldn't tell you. I don't remember how I felt like in 2010. Is that when I did, or 2011? God, what's my math off now? I really don't remember like all of a sudden like feeling better or anything like that. But I knew I was feeling better because I remember in sports, like it would take me longer to recover. But once I started eating more plants and went vegan, it's like, wow, the pains that would linger for like a week go away in like a day or two now. So, it was evident, but I don't remember exactly when I had that aha moment. Hey, Brittany Dell, what is up? Ryan, how do you think your health or life would be like if you didn't go vegan? Pretty easy. I'll make a video about this. I found a blood test from 1999. Is it 98? No, I think it was 99. Anyway, regardless, I was weighed a lot more. I was overweight. All my lab results were worse. Higher triglycerides, higher bad cholesterol, higher overall cholesterol, lower HDL, the good cholesterol. I mean, all my lab things sucked, and my physical abilities were hindered from being overweight and not healthy. So I don't even want to go there. Seriously, I can't, I mean, that was like what, almost 20 years ago. So say I kept eating the standard American diet for another 19 years, how would I be right now? I'm sure I would still weigh like, at least what I weighed back then, like 220, 230 pounds as opposed to 185 right now. Um, I'm sure I'd be way less active. I don't even want to think what that would be like. What was I eating back there, Miss Malibu? I was just eating a standard American diet. I don't think I was eating much better or worse than your average American, just kind of the average food. I would go to the stores, get the average stuff. I don't think I was eating a terrible amount of meat because I didn't really know how to cook meat. So I would just make whatever I could. But still, I would pop into McDonald's sometimes if I was on the road or lazy, just stupid, things that, stupid food like that your average American has been taught, oh, this is okay to do. It's okay to go to Burger King and get the Whopper or whatever. Um, no, we didn't respond to Isaac Butterfool or whatever his name is. Yeah, I don't know if we're going to. All he said is, look, um, Ryan tried to debunk me, but he just used a bunch of logic and science, and it's really boring sounding. Who wants to hear that unless they're going to sleep? Oh yeah, and here's a picture of him with Harley from 2012. So we can't trust anything he says. I mean, I've taken pictures with hundreds, maybe thousands of vegans in our time with Happy Healthy Vegan, and that picture was actually before we even had a channel. So it's just silly. I mean, how do you respond or debunk that? Just call them bad names, I mean, what can you say? Oh, thanks, Alex. I love you too. I love all you guys. Thank you. Even the trolls. Yes, we've pretty much always lived in California. Yeah, we're California born and bred. Yeah. You're an Aussie and Isaac is just an embarrassment. Yeah, I don't hold it against you. There's some you know, there's good and bad people from every country is what I'm saying. So yeah, I don't think he's a typical example of an Aussie. He's just a typical example. He's just like Joe Rogan. He's just ignorant. It transcends any nationality. Just people saying stuff, making crap up to try to make veganism sound inferior and or making their diet, the healthiest diet. So yeah, it has nothing to do with being an Aussie. Yeah, Isaac is a comedian, but then he steps over that comedic line, like where he's not being a comedian anymore. When he says all this crap about vegans, he's tried to, in that video where I debunked him, he tried to cite some scientists from Harvard. I mean, that's now crossed over the line. He's not being a comedian anymore. So how come comedians get away with saying anything they want? They don't. You still have to be responsible for what you say. Yeah, if you just tell funny stuff, cool. But once you start trying to debunk veganism, if you want to make a joke, cool. It's not like we can't take a joke about veganism, but to make a whole video trying to say that vegans are unhealthy and do all these horrible things, it's just baloney. Yeah, I know he doesn't represent the majority of you Aussies. I fully know that. Like Joe Rogan doesn't represent Americans. Z Dog it doesn't represent Americans or anything like that. Let's see. Noah Madden. No, I have not tried urine therapy. Why in the hell would I want to drink pee? I mean, that's just so crazy. I'm vegan, high carb, low fat, whole food, plant based vegan. How does pee fit into that? And how is that going to give me any benefit other than just other eating really healthy food like I already am pretty much doing? Um, I'm not saying I'm knocking Tim or anyone that does it. I just think it's like it's just it's just silly. It's just freaking silly. Just eat whole food plants. Don't kill animals. Whole food plants make you healthy. Vegan diet doesn't kill the animals. Win for the environment. Why do we need pee on top of that too? Why do we need to drink your friend's pee or anything like that? Should we do a sleep stream sometime? I don't know. I've never really thought about that. Uh, let's see. Why is almost every vegan thinner than a piece of paper? Huh, it's funny. I play basketball all the time, Blackbird. You know what they call me? They call me big guy. They don't call me thinner than a piece of paper guy. I mean, but I train as a runner and basketball player. It would be really weird if from my running and basketball training that I looked like an Olympic bodybuilder. Go and Google right now Kendrick Ferris. he's the only male to qualify and compete at the Rio Olympics. And I point him out because he is a vegan and he's freaking huge. And look at Google if you know how to spell Patrick Baboumian, just like it sounds. He carries many, or not many, I forgot, 3 or 4 strongman world records, and he's huge. I forgot he carried like what 500 pounds, like 100 meters or something like that. He's huge, and he's vegan. Look up David Carter. He's a former NFL lineman, 300-pound vegan. He's huge. He's like my height. He's 6'5". But when I stand next to him, I look tiny because he's huge. Why? Because that's how they train. It's swollenness or largeness of muscle has everything to do with how you train. And I should know because I'm getting bigger now from doing more weight training. It'd be weird if all I did was ran and played basketball and I was swole. It like, how come I'm so lucky? I don't have to do any work and I'm swole. No, it comes from work. So that's how that works out, Mr. Bird Dude. Anyway, yeah, I'm not thin. 185-pound man. That's me. That's what I'm talking about. Not thin. Not thin. So looks like our moderators are hitting up Mr. Blackbird there. Poor Blackbird. See, if you want to ask reasonable questions and be chill, that's cool. But you're just saying the stupid stereotypes. Oh, everyone vegan, there'd be an animal overpopulation. No, dumb stereotype. Vegans are thin. Well, no, we have obese vegans. I've met many overweight and obese vegans. We have bodybuilder vegans. Every body type is represented from anorexic to obese and vegan. So just like with meat eaters, the whole body type spectrum is there. Yeah, Venus and Serena Williams, especially Serena. She's a big, strong girl. If you think she's thin, she'll probably kick Mr. Blackbird's butt. You know, she's a big, strong lady. And I say that with respect. Serena is an awesome athlete. Um, let's see. Let's see. What book influenced me? I like all of them. I think right now I'm really digging Dr. Garth Davis's book, Proteinaholic. I'm looking over there because it's somewhere laying around here. Aha, here it is. I don't get a kickback or nothing, but this is an awesome book, Proteinaholic. I think Blackbird could benefit from reading this book because it dispels many of these silly myths that Mr. Blackbird is trying to lay on us here. And it goes in the whole history of why or how exactly how protein is gained this exalted, glorified status in American culture as this super important nutrient that you need to eat as much of as at all times, or else you will die from protein deficiency. And poor people in the third world who are eating like I do, rice, beans, potatoes, like most other vegans are, they are deprived of protein. Which is silly because legumes are full of protein. Plants like spinach full of protein. All plants have protein, but yeah, it's hard to top like legumes, as far as a high source of protein. So anyway, let's see. Do I still practice martial arts? James, wow, you even remember me talking about that. I mean, yeah, once in a while at the gym, if I have a little energy left, I'll go into the room with the boxing, kickboxing bags and try to remember a few of the things I learned as a youth when I did Taekwondo. But no, not in any serious manner. No, not really. Uh-uh. I'm just glad I remember the little bits I do still. It was a long time ago, like maybe fourth or fifth grade or something like that. Um, I don't feel like playing guitar right now for y'all, but good question. Ask me Wicked Hangover. I'm kind of getting tired and getting ready for dinner pretty soon. What do I think of PETA? I think there's I know there's a misinformation campaign. I think who's that dude? Steve Berman. He's a lobbyist, just a paid just you pay him and he'll go and attack any group or person you want. Anyway, yeah, they've spread a lot of misinformation about them, and a lot of vegans have heard this fake news and believed it. I'm not saying I'm in love with PETA or anything like that, but a lot of people are hating on them, and it's all the direct result of meat and dairy industry groups, lobbyists, paying a company to just basically slander their reputation, and that's what happens when you have I'm saying he could pay these companies to slander other companies too. They just happen to pick on PETA because they don't like them. Tyler, hey, thanks for the super chat tip, Tyler. First one in a while here. What is my best advice to get undisturbed sleep? Well, that's a great question. I mean, ideally, here's what I try to do. I try to, if you can, live somewhere where you're not going to get woken up by like weirdos. Like when I lived in Los Angeles last, I had an apartment, and the idiots above me, it sounded like they're dropping bowling balls on the floor and just causing rackets all the time. I later learned that they were freaking meth heads. They'd stay up all night tweaking on freaking meth, making a racket, moving all their crap around. So yeah, don't live under meth heads walking on hardwood floors. But I'm saying is try to have a situation, if you can, where you're not being disturbed like that. And then there's some things you can't control. If a bus goes by your house, but you can't control your phones, keep those out of the bedroom, put them on silent. Um, and I would say, I think getting good rest. I mean, the key for me, the key of getting good rest is actually being a little tired, like, having a regular exercise workout where your body wants to go to sleep or it wants to recover, it wants to remain in deep sleep. So that helps me out a lot too. Um, let's see what else. Yeah, so go to bed, tired, have your body have some physical exhaustion. But that's a good question. If you guys have any other tips there, yeah, I have drapes, really thick drapes I pull in to block the light out. So even though I get up at 10, it's still pretty dark. It's not pitch black, but it's not bright or anything like that. So I try to have a quiet, dark sleeping environment, and actually cool temperatures help too. So you might need a fan or an air conditioner to help cool things down in the summertime. It's much harder to get good sleep when it's really hot. So let's see. Yeah, those are my best tips for you there. Yeah, being hydrated helps too. Unfortunately, that might make you have to get up and pee in the middle of the night, which hopefully your toilet is not too far away. You don't have to go down a flight of stairs or anything like that. You should be able to go back to sleep pretty easily. Um, all right, good night, Chris. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, it's past a lot of people's bedtimes here. Let's see. You can go vegan keto, maybe. Yeah, many people have done vegan keto. Yeah, if that's something you want to try, cool. I'm not sure why you would want to do that, but yeah, you can definitely do vegan keto. Um, being hungry, good one, Tanya. Being hungry keeps you from getting good sleep, and that's why I eat some food about an hour before going to bed. Aha, Tracy, are you there? I just got a notification that Tracy got let's see. I think Tracy's got it. It wasn't a book. I thought someone bought Keep It Carb Babies. Tracy bought a T-shirt. So if you're watching right now, Tracy, thank you. But yeah, I like to eat about an hour before going to bed. Something, some cereal, some fruit. Not a huge meal that you're digesting all night, but just something so I don't go to bed hungry. Because I notice if I go to bed hungry, that hunger kind of wakes me up throughout the night. That was you, Tracy. Cool. I just got your notification here. So thanks, Tracy. Tracy in the chat here just bought an HHV T-shirt. Yeah, which one you get there? Cool choice there. The black unisex one, the black one that says happy, healthy, vegan. I own several of those, obviously. I wear that quite often. And you already own Keep It Carb Baby. And I told you too, we got the t-shirts on order. Keep It Carb Baby. New kind of this dark gray t-shirt with white Keep It Carb Baby. We'll have them in stock middle to late next week. So if you're one of the people who have been asking for that, we got them. Let's see. You snack on unhealthy food all night long, Cam? What is this unhealthy food that you're snacking on all night? um, Brandon, no need to wait to get a shirt. Just order one from our web store, happyalleyvegan.org. Do I like donkeys? I love all animals. Yeah, I remember we visited a farm that had like these miniature donkeys. Our friends mom owned this ranch. So yeah, I was loving them, kissing them. They're really cool. I haven't really met an animal I don't like. We love pretty much all animals. Um, sauerkraut. Yeah, sauerkraut's fine. Yeah. Let's see. Soda, chips, etc. Well, not all chips are bad for you. Some are better than others. Donuts are pretty much not that good. Soda's pretty much not that good. Cam, it sounds like you're bringing these foods into the house, right? So I would suggest if you don't want to eat them, just don't have them there to tempt you at night, So that's why I always make sure I have something pretty healthy to eat at night. I got some good fruit, I got some good cereal, I got sometimes I'll make a little salad or something like that, just something to go to bed with, like an hour before, so I'm not hungry. Wow, Pau Simeon is back on YouTube. Blunt, that's his name actually. His name is Matt Blunt, Pau Simeon. So if you guys don't know, he's an older YouTuber, not old like me, but like young, but he hasn't been on YouTube for a few years. So cool. He's the one that his video went viral. He was eating a pizza and realized midway through, like maybe the cheese wasn't vegan or something, the sauce maybe, and he threw it and it blew up on Reddit. It went viral. That's Pal Simeon. He's a nice guy. We met him before at Woodstock Fruit Festival in 2013. Cool dude. Um, let's see what else you guys talking about here. Have I had ginseng? I know what it is. I don't know really what I would do with it, but I've had some ginseng drinks in the past before. Nothing that I do on any regular basis or anything like that. Let's see, you guys talking about vegan diets being heart attack proof. Yeah, it sounds like a really bold claim, but in this book here, let me pull this out for y'all. Um, where is it? Here we no, that's not it. Dang. Huh, I lost it. Where'd Dr. Esselstyn's book go? I thought I just had it out recently. Hmm. Anyway, in Dr. Caldwell Esselstyn's book, he's a medical doctor, he's also a researcher, and he has shown that in his subjects, if he can get them on a whole food plant-based diet with no oil, I thought no salt too, but definitely no oil, and get their cholesterol levels under 150, he said these subjects, 100% of them, heart attack proof. So it sounds like a bold claim. People, oh, it's easily debunked. No, his findings actually show it a vegan diet high in carbs, low in fat and oil, get your cholesterol under 150. And these are not healthy people. These are people that have had heart attacks and had heart disease and reversed that disease. So these are people on death's door, doctors telling them to get their affairs in order, and he's made them heart attack proof. So yeah, you guys point out some good stuff there. So that's why I say, yeah, you can get issues with fried food. We're talking about no oil, nothing fried, whole food plants. And these are people who are going to die and now are heart attack proof. Let's see. Race lever. No, what's that? I don't even know how to pronounce that. I have no idea. Yes, that is I have two techniques turntables back there. I don't even know if I'm going to keep them much anymore. All I really need is one deck, really. I don't really do much in the way of like DJing and beat matching and all that stuff anymore. I know I could sell them for a few $100 each, huh? I don't know. Who are my favorite plant-based doctors? All of them. They're all cool. I want more and more plant-based doctors. I just met Dr. Joel Kahn at VegFest last week. He's cool. I gotta let him know. He's in my new video where I used him talking about a study showing how eating eggs wasn't particularly good for cardiovascular disease risk if you were already diabetic. So I gotta let him know I used him there. Yeah, Dr. Greger is invaluable. Dr. Garth Davis, author of Proteinaholic. Dr. Clapper. Oh, cool, Tracy. I will tell Angie that you guys love her. I know a lot of you guys are really pleased to see Angie in that most recent video of ours from yesterday where we debunked that bright side hit piece on veganism, basically. Yeah, I think I'm with you on that DJ 120, DJ 121. Yeah, not to say I dislike Furman. I think just as far as favorites, he's probably on the lower end of my favorites list. But yeah, he's cool too. But yeah, there's so many other ones that I'm more into as far as their message and everything. All right, so yeah, you gotta watch that video when we get done here for sure. Yeah, did I not mention Dr. Neil Bernard? Yeah, he's great too. He's one of my faves for sure. He's in my top 5 for sure. Yeah, he looks like he's 40, Dr. Bernard. I was shocked to find that what is he like 60 or something like that? It was crazy. Yeah, I read Dr. Bernard's book on like addiction, addicting foods and stuff like that. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I think he's the one that made me aware that the reason why cheese is so addicting is because there's an opiate-like compound in cheese and dairy. So, yeah, Clayton. Yeah, I'm still on my twice a week going to the gym, doing my weights. I've been really consistent about it. I just did it today. I did it Monday. I'll probably be back Monday again. So yeah, that's still going on, getting some strength gains. And yeah, just today I got my personal record of deadlifting 200 pounds. That was one of my goals. Hit that today. I only did that on one of my sets. But yeah, and I'm jumping higher. That's why I'm doing all this stuff to get stronger in basketball and get some more hops in my legs so that I'm jumping higher than ever before. It's all kind of working out now. I've been patient. I didn't really test anything. I didn't really test my vertical leap for the first 3 months of lifting. I just started last week. I go, oh, let's see if I'm getting any gains in my vertical jump, and it's there now. I mean, it's not incredible, but I'm definitely jumping a few inches higher than before. So yeah, it's all cool. But as a result, I'm doing less running now. Putting more energy into basketball and my weights. I'm doing religiously. I go and do my squats, and I'm doing deep squats too, not just like half squats. I'm going all the way down because I want to really just get the hamstrings and glutes activated there, because that's the jumping muscles. About 80 to 90% of your force generated from jumping upward is in the glutes and hamstrings. So if you're only doing a half squat, you're really not hitting the hammies and glutes. So I'm doing deep squats and deadlifts. So that is, and then I started adding on shoulder presses, just because I'm at the squat rack and just so easy to just do a few I'm sorry, overhead presses. So it's kind of giving me some more strength for some basketball stuff. I'm doing a lot of stuff like this often in basketball. Arms and shoulders are always up. Oh yeah, I get injured all the time, eccentric mofo. Totally. Yeah, I'm just starting to feel better. I've had this lingering toe injury. I've had a sprained toe. I had it x-rayed like a month ago to make sure it wasn't broken, but yeah, I got it in early February and it's still lingering now. But that's how sprains are. I know this. I've sprained my ankle many a time in basketball severely, and it takes many months to get tendons and ligaments all fixed up and healed again, because there's not much blood flow through them. That's what the doctors are telling me. So anyway, yeah, I do get injured quite often. Yeah, for sure. Um, Let's see, dirty hippie vegan. Never had a big appetite. How I can get in more calories as a vegan? Exercise more, for sure. If you're not doing much physical activity, yeah, your body adjusts, adapts, and doesn't need to intake as much hunger. And I know that from when I have like weeks off. Sometimes if I'm injured, or sometimes I'll take a week off if I'm traveling and I see I'm not eating as much. Yeah, if you're exercising, yeah, you are burning up calories, but it does generate more of an appetite too. So it's just a good thing to do. Exercise is good to do anyway, for sure. Pick your passion. Yeah, we'll be in San Diego in July doing another little vegan tour of San Diego for sure. Let's see what else you guys talking about there. Do you need to take vitamin B if on a plant-based diet? I mean, I've said this before. I said it today. I didn't need to take B12. I already had pretty strong readings, about 4 to 500, before I ever took any vitamin B12 subs. But I think Dr. Greger was the person who convinced me, not in person, but watching his videos. You got nothing to lose. It's cheap. It's easy to take. Just take a B12 sub and just don't even worry about it. And that's my attitude too. It's not like I need to. It's not like B12 subs are made for vegans. They're just made for normal, not normal, just the general population. So I figured I might as well just take it. My milk is fortified with vitamin D as well. So yeah, just take a vitamin B12 supplement and don't even worry about it. You know. Let's see. Yeah, and you're right. Yeah, B12. Why do you think people get B12 from farm animals? Are farm animals getting all dirty in the dirt there? No, it's because their feed is fortified with B12. So you might as well just get it straight. Why do you need an animal to be the middleman, the middle creature, an intermediary between you and your vitamin D? Just get your vitamin D direct. Yeah, I mean, it's just silly how meat eaters think, oh, it's unnatural that you have to take a sup. Well, it's unnatural that they have to put the supplement in the farm animal feed. Really, that's even crazier if you think about it, right? Than a human taking a supplement. People feed vitamin B12 to an animal, and then people eat the animal to get the vitamin. It's like, ah, so stupid, so inefficient. Ah, God. That's what's frustrating as a vegan. You see all these stupid things that are normal part of the world at large, how society and business function, that are just so inefficient, so cruel, and people don't know this, and they think vegans are unnatural because we might take a vitamin B12 supplement. It's silly. Um, Tanya, you said you had low B12 before going vegan. That's why I always tell people, try to get a blood test, especially with B12 and vitamin D, either right when you go vegan or as soon as you can, so you can tell like how you were when you started, as close as you can to starting your vegan diet. So you can't blame it on vegan if you're low on B12, because 40% of people are either low or near low on B12, at least people in America and Canada. Um, let's see. Leah, no, I've never been to Austin, but I've always wanted to go to Austin. So we have some friends out there, Nadamu's out there. So someday, somehow, we will get out to Austin for sure. You're also telling you're also low in vitamin D. See, people blame that on a vegan diet. B12, they blame that on a vegan diet. Anemic, they blame that on being vegan too. See, so that's why it's always great to get a blood test. So, like, say Tanya, say you had waited like many years after going vegan to get a blood test, you'd get the results and go, "Holy crap, I'm anemic. I'm low in B12 and D," and you would blame it on a vegan diet. But now you know veganism had nothing to do with that. So that's why I encourage everyone, or else you're gonna be one of these people you see like making a YouTube video, why I quit being vegan. It's because I was deficient in all this stuff. Like, you never got a blood test until you were like vegan for like 5 years. You don't know that for sure. So yeah, good job, Tanya. Good job. Everyone, get a blood test. Just force your doctor to give you a blood test and just let them know you're vegan. Then they'll really be concerned. They might not want to at first, but as soon as you tell them you're vegan, they'll be, oh my God, you're going to be deficient in all these things. We got to get you a blood test. We probably have to take you to the hospital. You're going to be sick and dead. So get a blood test. Your doctors will comply. And I always say I'm vegan. Can I get a B12 and vitamin D test? Because that's not normal. They usually test like lipids and everything. Just say you want B12 and D because you're a vegan, and they'll pretty much gladly do it for you. So anyway, that's my tips there. Flatlander, you don't like sweet potatoes? Yeah, that's fine. We don't eat much sweet potatoes here ourselves, to be honest with you. I just like just regular, not like russets. Not my favorite type. They're my favorite type to make chippies, in the oven with, or the air fryer. But I just like the farmers market potatoes we get. But yeah, I'll have sweet potatoes from time to time for sure. So yeah, you don't have to have sweet potatoes to be a healthy vegan. No bigs. That's what's cool about not eliminating food groups. Like, you have the raw people saying, don't ever eat cooked food, then you're missing out on all this good stuff. Or if you never eat any fruit, then you're missing out on this good stuff. Just it's whole food plant, just eat it all. That's why I say that's why it's here. It's take advantage of it. Don't eliminate and restrict your foods down because of some odd philosophy or something like that. Um, let's see what I think about B12 shots. I never got one. From what I understand, they're good and effective for people who are clinically low in B12, and that's a quick way to get a B12 boost. But other than that, I really never seen or had one done. Um, yeah, balance, G Light. That's what it's all about. It's all about having a nice balance of different whole foods. I like to say I've never met a whole food plant I didn't like. Um, Ryan, check out Vision question about going vegan. Let's see. Can someone paste Vision's question once again about going vegan and let me know it's Vision's question? I'm looking for Vision and I'm not finding Vision's question. So if someone can help me out there, I will answer Vision's question. I don't think I have a favorite vegan dish, Casa. I just, right now I'm starting to be excited to eat the khichdi that I have that I made last night. It's in the fridge, waiting for Angie and I to scarf it down. Here's my shirt, Romanescu. What's that called? What's it called again, guys? Help me! I'm having a brain fart right now. I guess I'm getting hungry. A cauliflower. Is that right? What's the best vegan burger? I don't know. The best vegan burger is one that's vegan, right? One that doesn't have animal products. um, let's see. No, it's not an artichoke. Definitely not an artichoke. Let's see. Actually, you can't. I don't know where to get my shirt. It's actually from our farmers market. One of our local farmers there, Wiser Farms. I think they grow up in the Tehachapi Mountains of California. They make really good. They grow really good potatoes of all things. They have some of the tastiest potatoes. So yeah, they they had these shirts. So I got one. Oops, sorry, got this from them. Let's see. Yeah, Romanesco. That's it. How old am I? I'm 50 years old. Do I have an opinion on intermittent fasting or meal timing? Yeah, I time my meals for when I'm hungry, as I'm starting to get right now. I try to have 3 real meals a day, followed by, like I told you, like a later night snack or anything like that. So, do I intermittently fast? Yeah, when I go to bed, say I have my midnight snack around midnight, and often in the morning, I don't eat till after like noon or so, like around noon. So, I guess I intermittently fast for about 12 hours. I don't automatically eat when I get up. I like to do some stuff first. Like today when I went to the gym, I had a banana before I left and one at the gym and had my big smoothie around 1 o'clock or something like that. But yeah, I intermittently fast about 12 hours a day just from sleeping and then just getting up and working a little bit. Um, let's see. And often when people are asking about intermittent fasting, I like, especially in person, it's easy to do this. I like to ask them like, why? What are your intentions? What are your goals? What are you hoping to gain out of intermittent fasting? So I guess I could ask that to you as well, because you ask 10 people about that, and you'll get 10 different answers. They're not really 10. There's usually one or two that are the most common ones. That's their goals or hopes for what they will gain from intermittent fasting. Um, let's see. Let's see if could find that dude's question here. Okay, here's Vision Chaser. You eat meat a few times a week, and all your other meals are whole food and not from meat. Suggestions on how to go full vegan. Yeah, just I don't want to belittle that. That's a great question, Vision. But really, it's just a matter of just not eating the meat for. Just try to not eat meat for a certain amount of time. I remember the way I first felt what it was like to go vegan. Forgive me, many of you guys have heard the story before. I was on a trip in San Francisco, and we stayed there about 5, 6 days. And for some reason, I just started eating vegan. I mean, I was getting when I went to restaurants, they had often a vegetarian and vegan option. I would just choose the vegan one. When we went back to our place, I would just make stuff that didn't have any animal products. And then went the whole week saying, "Hey, this is cool." I went a whole week and not had no animal products. And actually, I was stoked on the fact that no animals had to die in order for me to live. Why should an animal have to needlessly be killed in order for me to live? And I felt great. I felt wonderful, a way I hadn't felt, at that age. I think it was around like in my early 40s. I go, wow, I feel awesome. I haven't felt this good in like 10 plus years. So that's what started it all for me, just to try it out, see what it's like. Um, Yeah, I'm very active too, Vision Chaser. I mean, yeah, I'm even though I'm 50 years old, I mean, let's take stock what I've done this week. Monday, I went to the gym for 2 hours, about an hour 15 of basketball, 45 minutes of lifting. The next day, I went for a 1 hour bike ride. I took a break yesterday. Today, again, 2 hour gym trip, about an hour 15 playing basketball, 45 minutes lifting. So that's pretty freaking active. And eat no animal products whatsoever. I'm fine. I'm healthy. In fact, I'm so active on the basketball courts, I get people pissed off at me. Seriously, they don't call me the sick, weak-looking vegan. I'm the guy that gets people pissed off because I'm in their face. I'm blocking their shots. I'm stealing their dribbles. I'm just causing defensive nightmares for people because of my size and my speed. That's one cool thing about being vegan, which Kyrie Irving appreciated, in the Celtics, is that if you lose some weight but keep your muscle, you're quick as F. You can chase people around. So I'm saying is try it out, see what it's like, and don't use being overactive as an excuse to not be vegan because there's vegan athletes who are even way more active than me. I only get out maybe 5, 6 hours a week. I know guys that do like 3, 4, 5 times the amount of hours that I put in, and they're fully vegan. So check it out. Check it out. Check out just going vegan. Just try it out for like just give yourself a 5 day, 7 day challenge and just see what it's like. Because there's nothing addicting about meat. There is addicting properties, as I was talking about cheese, dairy. There's an opiate-like compounds, pretty much opium in dairy, which makes it really hard to give up dairy. That's why you see so many lifelong vegetarians. They can't give up cheese. But there's nothing like that in meat. It's really easy to give up meat. Trust me, you'd be surprised how easy it is to give up meat. But here's the most important thing. If you take one thing away from me here, Vision, is this. Make sure you're eating enough food, because I hear a lot of noob vegans make the mistake like, oh, I went vegan for a few days or a week, but I was always hungry. It's because you weren't compensating by eating enough food to be filling. Remember, fat is a little more than twice as much as has twice the caloric density as as carbohydrates does, meaning meat is more calorically dense. Higher fat foods are more calorically dense. It doesn't have to be meat. It could be an avocado or durian or nuts and seeds, but make sure you're eating more food than you probably think you might. Because if you're eating like whole food plants, they're less calorically dense than what you're used to. So try that out. Yeah, rice, potatoes, legumes, all that stuff. And as Gary points out, or Gnarly points out, super cheap. All this stuff is cheap as, what's cheaper than rice, beans, potatoes, bananas, you know? So that's my tip to you. So check it out, try it out, and make sure you're eating till you're full. Not like 80, 90% full. Make sure you are full. Make sure you get enough food in the belly. Make sure you get enough calories. That's the number one reason I think a lot of new people quit being vegan is they don't know how to eat and how much to eat. Very important things. I just take this stuff for granted, but I'm seeing this mistake in others. So I'm trying to share that with you to not go down those mistaken paths there. Gnarly's like 110% full. There you go. I'm not saying overeat or anything like that. Just make sure you're not under eating. Common rookie mistake there. Clayton, yeah, rice is cheap. Yeah, just buy a big sack of rice. If you can find like a ethnic, like an Asian or Indian market in your area, just go buy like a big 10, 20-pound sack of rice. You can live off that for a long time. DMB TV, you tell me. I've not gone down that road, and I never shall. Sounds like a joke, right? Um, um, what else you guys talking about here? I don't drink kombucha. Not a big fan of acidic stuff like that. Yeah, big sack of beans from Costco for sure. Chia seeds are cheap if you want to make sure you get your protein, and I'm sure there's omega-3s in there too. Yeah, Cam, I agree. Rice is great, but it can get boring after a while. You don't have to eat rice every day. There's no law about that. I'm just saying it's a staple. If you're sick of rice, eat some potatoes or some beans the next day or something like that. Yeah, Gnarly, do what we do. Indian cooking. So that's what I'm gonna go eat when I get off of you guys here. Some khichdi, which is pretty much mung bean, brown basmati rice with a bunch of vegetables in there. And as Groovy Lisa points out, yeah, if you're Asian, you're just kind of used to eating rice every day too. So it's really not, that unheard of to have rice all the time. But yeah, if you can eat rice all the time, remember, watch Dr. Greger's videos. I would recommend a brown rice from California or the Himalayas. Um, yeah, pinto beans for sure, Flatlander. Love all that stuff. Tortillas, pasta. Yeah, even though those are slightly more processed, I still consider them. As long as you don't get one that's super processed, you can find some that are just like a couple ingredients for sure. It's really, if you're talking about corn tortillas, it's corn, pasta, you can find whole wheat pasta if you want, if you don't want to get some that's all mixed up with other stuff, they're processed. What's my favorite guitar brand? Asked Gabriel. I have several here, right? I've been on a Fender kick for the past like maybe 5, 6, 7, maybe the past decade or so. So yeah, Fender guitars, Fender amps. Not sponsored or anything like that. Just digging them. But I have a Gibson Les Paul as well, and what else? Martin acoustic, and what else do I got that's not Fender? I have an Ibanez Talman guitar from the '90s too. Am I looking forward to summer peaches? Hell to the yeah! I'm already digging the cherry season already, and getting started now for sure. Yeah, peaches is the next fun part of summer. Yeah, summer's great if you like fruit, and that's what I think why a lot of people don't like fruit, because I know what it's like to go to a regular supermarket and just get this peach, it's not that good, and it's not that good. But if you get peaches that are grown by peach farmers that are growing them for taste, not for to pump out a billion and make money, but ones that are actually trying to do something good, grow them in good conditions, grow them well. Yeah, you can taste the difference. So yeah, eat. That's what I'm saying. If you're gonna eat fruit, try to find the best fruit you can because it's worth it. It might cost a little bit more, but it's made up for in taste and the nutrients and let's see. Yeah, homegrown apples. That's what I'm talking about. Get some from an apple farmer that has a smaller farm rather than, like some giant monocrop apple farm. Have I ever been dumped by a girl in the past, Clayton? Yeah, yeah, totally. It sucks, man. Why do you ask? Hope you're not experiencing something like that right now, because that can really suck, huh? Total bummer. Yeah, I've never tried fresh durian. I've only had, imported durian, unfortunately, which means it's always frozen. But yeah, those can be good. Those are kinda hit and miss, those frozen durians. Some are cool, some are bad, but I haven't had a durian sample like that in maybe a couple years now. Where do we go for Japanese vegan Japanese food? Well, there's a pop-up place that we see, not a place, but a pop-up, I don't know what it's called, a food vendor. We see them in a lot of the pop-ups called, I think, vegan sushi or something like that. We eat their stuff around town. And in Little Tokyo in downtown LA, there's a place called Shojin. I think they have another branch in Culver City too. Yeah, amazing vegan sushi. So check that out. And they're going to be at Eat Drink Vegan, um, not this weekend, but the next weekend at the Rose Bowl in Pasadena. We'll be there too. So say hi to us and yeah, go to Shoja and try out their vegan sushi. They're really, really good stuff. Um, Jackfruit, yeah, we just had some jackfruit tacos yesterday too. That's jackfruit's just coming back strong in the food scene now with all these people figuring out how jackfruit makes this good meat substitute. That's what I was talking about earlier. Why I don't really like soy. I don't find it as a good meat substitute, but yeah, jackfruit is a kick-ass one. What do I think is the best type of video to grow your channel? Asked Yusuf. I don't know. I don't think I don't know if veganism is the way to get a big channel or anything like that. If that's your goal is to get huge, you'd probably be much better off going into a different genre. There's very few giant vegan channels like that one we debunked yesterday, Bright Side, where they have 10 million subscribers. Like, oh my God, it's crazy. Um, we have no tattoos, eccentric mofo. Angie and I are both tattooless. Not to say we don't appreciate tattoos. When Ink Master is on, Dave Navarro's show, we both quite enjoy that. Nunez and Peck, they're cool, but yeah, we don't have any tattoos. I think we're going to keep it that way too. We've gotten to this far in life without putting any ink on our bodies. We might as well just keep it that way. Good night, Tanya. Thanks for spending the evening here with us. I should get going soon too. Like I told you, get some kitchery in my body. Um, Race lever, anti-vegan videos will help you grow. Unfortunate, yeah, those videos get so many clicks. Yeah, for sure. Let's see what's going on here. Um, wow, I haven't heard about that, Gabriel. London real vegan Ironman. Wow, there's a vegan Ironman going to happen in London. That's crazy. That's cool. Um, let's see, guys. It's a good time for me to go. I've been on for 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is quite long for me. I like to stay on maybe an hour and a half or 2. That's about the longest I can keep my energy sustained here. I'm an old man. I need my food. I need my rest, and I'm tired. To have a good excuse, I was at the gym for 2 hours today, so I think I have a good excuse to be tired right now. So I'm gonna go and I'm gonna keep it carved. Angie's Kitchery. In fact, I made Angie's Kitchery last night. I was the maker of it. I just follow a recipe. It's good. So it's sitting in the fridge. I'm gonna go warm some up. So before I go, let me see anything I want to tell you guys. Not sure when my next live stream will be. Hopefully, I'll be back on next Wednesday at my normal time, which is about 7:15 Pacific time after I run with my running club. So look for that. I didn't go yesterday because we actually went to the dentist and it kind of messed up our timing with that. So um, like I said, we're going to be at Eat Drink Vegan. We're just going to be there. Just come up, say hi to us if you see us walking around eating food. You'll probably see me near the Nanamu booth or something, and I'll be all over the place though. Um, yeah, if that's it, I don't think I have anything else to tell you guys. But look on our store next week. I'm going to have those Keep It Carb Baby T-shirts in, like the dark gray, white ink. So I'll be up maybe like Thursday or so. So that's about it, guys. So thanks for joining. I'll tell Angie that you guys miss her, and yeah, look for our vlog going up probably tonight, probably tomorrow morning. Look for a new vlog from us enjoying Long Beach, eating vegan food, watching the bike race. Just a chill day we had on Sunday. So anyway, thanks guys. Thanks for joining. You guys have all been cool. And again, thanks to both Race Lever and Byron Murphy. Thank you guys for moderating, doing such a wonderful job. I can't thank you guys enough. You just make this chat really cool, really positive, and you leave just a few trolls in, the ones that are being kind of cool. So, we don't just kick people out just because they have a different belief. We just kick them out because they're being jerks. But if they can hang and not be mean, disrespectful, we leave you in. So thank you guys. You guys do a great job, and I want to find a way to pay you back sometime. We'll figure something out. But anyway, guys, good night, and I'm gonna go and keep it carb, baby. Keep it carb.